That is looking a lot better. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Spontaneous University of Idaho stream production for tonight. We had a little bit of tech issues going for the Super Smash Bros. High School Championship streams that happened this morning. However, we now have the VOD footage for you guys, and so we're going to go ahead and broadcast that to you right now. Yeah, that's actually looking like it's going great. So we actually probably can go do this.
Live from our Airbnb.
We're doing it. It's not probably can. We are doing it.
We will do it. So we're excited. We've previewed some of these matches since we were in the arena when it happened. But yeah, we're in for a good time. Some of us have seen some of these games, and some of us haven't seen some of these games. So yeah, I'm super duper excited. How'd you guys feel about the matches that were going on this morning?
I thought they were pretty good. I'm not usually one who's all about Smash, but I personally enjoyed watching all the players. Made me actually very intrigued seeing how good a lot of these younger players are.
Yeah, it definitely makes me feel. Anyway.
That was smooth.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Straight
What
back
does it
into
make
it.
you feel, my friend?
It just makes me feel great about myself.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
There's some good competition that we saw. So.
Yeah. So we're just saying, from the matches that I saw, it was like very high level on both sides. It's not like something you'll see at the maybe collegiate level where there's less of, you can tell that there's an obvious like skill gap.
Mm-hmm.
This is a championship match. All these teams, they worked hard to get to this point, and it's all like about the same skill level. We'll see a bit of a differential.
Yeah.
A bit into the stream. Spoilers, but
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but spoilers.
Yeah.
But no spoilers.
But
so.
this was top 8, right? For
Yes.
state
Yes.
championships.
Yep.
This was indeed top 8. So
So-
we have 8 of the best schools in the state of Idaho competing against one another, but only one can take it home for the rest of the season. So I think we're gonna hop into it here pretty soon. I guess we should do some introductions really quick. We want to go from our right to their left.
I'm
Something
free
like
agent. You guys see me on camera a lot, especially if you watch Smash. I'm the only caster that's actually here, so that's cool.
Shouts out.
I'm Weedles. I'm also a shoutcaster now and broadcast and just all around everything, I guess.
You're the everyman. You're the Mario of our crew.
What?
You don't worry. You don't have to understand how that is. I'm ZG Fenrir. I've been around, head of producer for a little bit, so you'll see me every now and then.
Yeah. And then I'm Styx. CS Styx. If he's the Mario, I guess I'm Luigi.
That is a great comparison, actually. Yeah.
Did you say he's gonna have a hard time understanding Mario?
Yeah.
It's
And understanding the comparison.
Oh,
I didn't get why I'm the Mario.
Yeah.
oh, I guess yeah. I guess like in terms of
Because
all
you
the,
squash turtles.
all the- yeah.
I don't.
Well, you know what we do be doing? We do be watching this first game that we've got going on here.
in theory.
Yep, that is indeed correct. So we're going to go ahead and transition. It's going to autoplay for us. Whoop. Hey, look at that. I know that there is no audio. Give me a second. What do you mean you don't? Beep that. It seems very quiet. Oh yeah, that's super duper quiet in our ears. Oh wait. I have an idea. We'll leave that there.
We are troubleshooting.
That's
as
up
we
as
go.
high as it goes. All right.
Well, it's fine. We'll hear it when we actually get into gameplay.
Yes.
The
So
music's just a little quiet. So,
this is a VOD, so we are going to be skipping around just a little bit. So stick with us here, chat. We're doing the best with what we got. I'm seeing if I can pull up the bracket here as well.
Yeah, probably should have.
Mhm.
For watching.
Map 1, match 1 should have been Rigby?
Did we do?
No, Rigby played in match 3.
It was Idaho Falls
Oh.
against someone. It was 1 and 8. Is that what we did?
Yes,
I
1 and 8.
I thought it was.
Okay, so
Ricky.
Idaho Falls.
Or no. Was it? I thought it was 5 and 4. Was it not?
No, now that I think about it, I think it was.
Well, we can look. Oh, if we know any of the players' names, I'm pretty sure it is Rigby.
Well, these two are both of their
McLeod.
player names, Pink Robin and Novella. Did I read that right, or am I? Nivola.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
now that we've got it in full strength.
So we've got an Isabel versus a Cloud here now.
This Isabel was Idaho Falls.
Okay. So I don't know how much about Isabel that you guys know, but this character is not typically very good. She's unlike her villager counterpart. Just doesn't have the correct special tools that the villager does. Some people,
Are
Yep,
they separate
especially-
characters?
Yes, they are separate characters.
Oh,
So
I
they are,
thought they were. I thought it was just a skin. for
no,
the
no,
villain.
they're not separate characters. They are their
They're-
own individual
yeah.
characters.
They're
Gotcha.
they still classified as Echo Fighters, but
Mhm.
they still have a lot of differences, kind of like these and Mess.
Yeah.
On the other hand, and you'll see this a bit, Cloud has a lot of tools
Yes.
at his disposal. You have that neutral B projectile, kind of like that. Not really.
Not really.
And then all those ground options, air game.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Yeah, Cloud's air game is very, very good. The one thing about Isabelle is like her airspeed is really good, but when you're as Cloud, your buttons are so big, especially your aerials, that you just can't move
Yeah.
around. That cross slash is going to take the first stock very fast for.
In Simpleton's term, the sword is very good.
Yeah.
Big sword does big
Yeah.
slash.
does
It's
do big
very
slash.
it's floor accurate in that the big sword does the big slash.
Cloud is already up on a pretty high percentage just off the first shot.
So is Steve. Stop.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
What a spike.
There's your nice spike there.
Nivola trying to go out swinging. Up B is not going to do it. A little bit too low percent for that to kill, but a lot of damage coming out right already.
Not quite happening. Tries for the ledge, doesn't quite hit it.
The other thing you'll notice about that's really good for Cloud compared to Isabelle is that Isabelle doesn't really have any options that she can pick out of shield, right? When she's holding her shield, she's stuck there. However, Cloud has the really, really good up B. The one with deep edge guard. But that is pretty much his free get out of jail free card. Side B up pro is not going to take the pick here. A lot of percent
Still,
on
yeah,
Nivola.
Up to 120 after that. Gonna, I would guess, stay cautious on the ledge.
Nice back air, able to come out. And now, they're right around this percent, especially when you're 3 stocks to 1, it's going to be really, really hard for this to make this one back here. Yeah, that
Well spoken.
that
Three
side
stock-
beyond
yeah.
shield.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yep. 3 stock to start it off, though. Cloud versus Isabella. Makes about sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this is not a typical tournament setting either. We have our high schoolers are competing against each other instead of in a tournament bracket style. They are competing in much of like an NFL style, where it's single elimination pretty much, but you play for placements. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, you as opposed to the double elimination.
correct.
in
It,
Smash.
it is not double elimination.
It's
of a
interesting to
typical
me
Smash
because in
tournament.
my sports world, that's the norm. And then
Right.
you're like, it's a bit different. Like, huh.
Yeah, so since this is, as we've hinted at, a crew battle for each of the high schools, so even though Isabel was not able to take any stocks for the first game, that does not mean that they're out yet. They have 2 more players that they can sub in, as it is 3v3.
Yep. And mention that it's best of 3 as well.
Yes.
So Idaho Falls, even if they go on to lose, they have a backup game. Yep. They'll have another attempt at this.
Yep. So I have confirmed that this is the Idaho Falls High School versus the RHS Crimson team, is who this is in the bracket.
RHS would be
Yes.
Yep.
Rigby, they are the Trojans. I did not know that. A lot of really cool, cool mascots.
Not as cool as Joe.
not as cool. as
Can't
Vandal.
can't diss on the Joe.
Counterpick his small battlefield.
Ooh.
In the meantime,
Yeah, I'm curious as to what bands the Cloud made. I feel like FD is going to be a pretty common band for most of these schools, just because a lot of people really like being able to run away to the platforms is the wrong way to put it, but to utilize those platforms how they see fit and be flexible.
it's an interesting aspect. I've always wondered about the maps, especially in the newer games. Is that I always just think that the competitive players would always just play on Final Destination. What exactly do ledges add, like in your game, just for any character?
Well, platforms are pretty important because depending on how big or small they are, they give you or take away escape options from you. Is the big thing. In order for somebody who gets knocked up into the air, like this sandbag here, he has to come down eventually, right? Or he's going to lose his stock to the bottom last zone. And so you need to be able to touch back down on the stage. And when there's a platform in the way, it's a relatively small area that you have to work with compared to the long stages, right? But it's also really strong because as the person who is attacking, if you can sit underneath of one of those platforms, you're pretty much guaranteed that you're not going to get approached from above yourself. It's really hard to attack somebody through the platform. So there are pros and cons to it.
The counter question: why don't we see a map like Kalos Pokemon League more often, where you have those ledges on the outside? That almost seems like a free recovery option. To me.
It kind of is in a lot of ways. The reason you don't see is how big it is. Kalos is an incredibly big stage. I believe it is the biggest legal stage that any tournament has for it.
Oh, does that make sense? This is more the blast zone.
Yeah. The side blast zones, as well as it's one of the only legal stages that has a wall on it, meaning the characters with the wall jump get a really much better recovery.
Speaking of blast zones, we got Inkling versus Cloud here, which is we'll go with a better matchup than Isabel.
Definitely, for sure, but it's not going to matter.
It's not gonna matter for the first stock here. Well, I guess it would be now.
You don't see Inklings very often in this game, which is
Well,
yeah, not anymore for sure. You will find
old heads will remember you. Busted.
see, and even if we look back at it, honestly, Inkling probably wasn't that horrible, all things considered.
Well, like not like Meta Knight busted brawl, but yeah.
He just had a little bit of an exaggeration to how strong he was.
Oh.
Second cross slash not going to do much, and then that jump to ledge is going to lose the Nivola their first stock of the best of crew battle. Excuse me. So
We're in the feeling out process of the second stock here. Although it's at now 90. Is that a recovery off of the like a recovery option, your side B roller there?
yeah, you actually get another double jump off of it. I shouldn't say you get another one. You can pretty much jump out of it, and so it acts like it. So that is very much beneficial to go forward. Ooh, unfortunately, has to air dodge off the side there, and that is going to end up killing themselves on the side.
Punished hard there, read that perfectly.
Good interaction or interruption from that up B from Cloud, but they are going to make it back to the stage. 19%. A lot of roller. A lot of Inkling roller going down right now. Looking like it's I had a thought. Work for roller. I got you. Thank you. Probably going to get some feedback.
Okay, so Inkling with the
Cross slash.
hit
That
first nice down smash there. Which was
That will be a dead Cloud. Has no
Yep.
double jump. Gets sniped off. They do.
Off the
Nivola
ball.
is like got a comfortable lead right now.
Yep,
Two
that's-
stocks to 5, I suppose, is what it is that they've taken.
just that's all right though. Yeah, we'll have another stock taking it.
What a dash attack! Flipping the ledge. And that is going to be 5 stocks. Sorry, excuse me, 6 stocks.
6. Yep. We need 2 lost on the Wrigley side.
Yeah, Cloud is a very, very good character for a crew battle setting. You would think he wouldn't be, just based on his supposed difficult recovery. However, people have been figuring out how to make it back to stage with him a lot more consistently, which means that his on-stage presence becomes even stronger since he's living longer, and his on-stage presence is already really
I don't know, I've been able to figure out his recovery. I'm horrible at recovering.
Recovering's hard, man. It's a complicated skill that you have to develop.
Yeah, definitely by far my worst aspect. Like, I don't know, I was watching a Lucina way later in this stream earlier today. It's like, see, whenever I play Lucina, I just cannot recover with that, but I don't know, you have to get into like a specific spot when you have those like lackluster recoveries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I'm close enough to the ledge, they'll just give it to me. You do have to space it out. So, really quick production. How's the stream sounding audio balance wise? I cannot confirm, for I do not hear it coming out of your ears at all. Would you sound good? Okay. I will take that as a good sign. So
We'll take it.
we'll take it. We're making it work. Let's see. We got our last tag in here. Did you guys happen to catch what tag they picked?
Blondie.
Blondie. That's a fun tag.
You know how many stages there are in total?
Legal stages or just in total?
Legal stage.
Legal stages, it hovers between 5, 6, 7, like 8 and 10, depending on which rule set you go with. I believe Idaho, the Idaho Esports Association's rule set has like 9 stages available. because they get 2 bans.
2 bans, which opens up the counter picks.
Yep. Yeah.
It's still, even with the counter picks, it's still looking like a pretty standard one. Only thing of interest is Yoshi's story.
Yeah.
Which I
Yoshi's.
don't see, which I don't see always.
No, and it's probably banned pretty frequently, honestly. For a lot of these newer rule sets that people are coming up with, Yoshi Story is just banned all the time. So people are like, oh yeah, we'll just remove it from the rule set if nobody's playing.
It is available in this tournament.
We're not going to see it here though. We're going to Pokemon Stadium 2.
Good choice.
Wait,
With Pokemon Trainer, I guess. Yeah.
Pokemon Trainer is a very different character compared to the other 2 that we have run into so far. Isabelle and Inkling are both kind of like mid-range zoning characters where they kind of want to stay far away, hit you with longer buttons. Whereas Pokemon Trainer is more like I'm willing to be up in your face and interact with you a lot more than some of these other characters.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, great time to get that.
What a find. He actually falls out of the Ivysaur Nair there. Falls out with Cross Slash. Very good version.
Charizard playing ledge guard.
Very, very consistent with the Flame Breath. So consistent in fact that it's going to take that stock. So
No, we're talking about the lax recovery there. There it is right there. Just can't get to it in time.
Finally got it.
finally, yeah.
Only took 3 members of the team.
It's true. And normally with crew battles, you typically have like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 people on a crew battle team. I've had upwards of 10 on a couple of really long ones. You turn
Oh,
into a
that's
whole
crazy.
event. It's a lot of fun.
Was one map taken like 3 hours?
Yeah. It's like a 3-hour event, is what it is.
Oh,
But
That's 3.
no. Best of 1 for sure. Best of 1. But when you only have 3 people in your team, that means that if you have somebody who's really, really good, it's really hard to make a comeback, because if somebody can go through 1 to 2 players, then you only have 1 person left.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to clutch up against when you have that few people. So
I know
Hard
there's
to
advantages and disadvantages. It allows you to get to the meat of the action quicker.
Yeah.
Get to the end of it. Yeah. Normally, what do we run? 4v4s in the typical college.
yeah,
right?
collegiate runs 4v4. I think just because there's a wider audience of potential students that could come to a college compared to a high school typically, so they run. Yeah. I think 4 or 5 is pretty standard for a crew battle myself. So go for B.
Gopher.
Would that be a sub in, or was that 3? Oh, they took. Never mind. They took on the cloud.
No, yeah. They took on a cloud. So this will be the
Yeah,
second
second
for
Rigby.
Rigby. Yes. Who do you guys think they're going to send in next? We saw a pretty good variety of characters earlier this morning.
I can never remember.
You can
which
never
ones
remember.
they are.
What do you mean?
My guess will probably be Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah.
if I
Whoa,
had to
that's
guess.
a
really good
great
guess.
guess.
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
how'd you think that? That was like 1 in 89 chance that you get that? That's impressive.
My guess was Pokemon Trainer on the other side.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I bet we'll have a Wii Fit trainer.
You guys are really good at this. Hold on. I like this a lot. So. Only 1 stock coming down from Blondie here.
And again, just the second member of Rigby compared to 3rd Pokemon Trainer on the Idaho Fall side.
I don't know if he shared those notes with you or not, or where he spiked. I don't know. Yeah. Channel. Oh, it is in that channel. I'm just stupid. Okay. That's fair.
I don't remember. I don't know what games these were from.
I could tell you. Ah, there you go.
They have some interviews throughout the day with some of the players after matches and stuff like that. So.
Yes. From Rigby. This is Topher, correct? Topher, the Wii Fit trainer. I believe that we just watched Uvola, 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 as the cloud player, and then their last player is this. We'll see if we end up seeing them after this game 1. It's looking like it's definitely possible. Their Ivysaur is doing very well at playing this mid. Oh, what a random down smash. What? That's so weird. What an interesting
Yeah,
hitbox.
what is that collision? That's great.
Very good find from Cobra. That is going to put them in the lead. Potential game point as well.
Earlier, Rigby also said that they wanted to face Burley or Bora, which is a bit of a problem because they are playing each other in the opening round. So it's going to be one or the other.
Okay.
But
Yeah. It's really weird meeting people that you want to meet in bracket way early.
yeah, it is interesting because those were two pretty heavy contenders. Something was up with the scheduling of it. I didn't end up with like a high seed.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Ooh, what a good pivot grab. That is gonna find us at an even stock here. Wani can clutch us up. They still have the opportunity to take us to a round number 3 of this first series. Back air train.
Good job to bail out of that. It looked like it was going for a smash.
When exerting yourself,
You're not gonna get greedy on the all that status effect.
Grounded.
Grounded.
Oh,
Okay,
it's called a
I was right.
berry if you want.
Berry, yeah. Berry or grounded. Not going greedy and trying to go for the smash attack. Just get some shit damage and then, you know you have frame advantage.
42% here. Ivysaur is not going to live very many more hits. We're probably going to want to see a Charizard switch coming up pretty soon. Otherwise, we might end up dying a little early. The first hit of Nair is not going to combo into the up smash, getting a weird hit.
Oh.
Oh,
That's a snipe. Not going to do it. That is a snipe. Does switch to Charizard.
160, this will be max rage, meaning that pretty much any kill move from Charizard is going to end it here. Up smash, getting the wrong sour spot hitbox.
Except for that, yeah, on the sour spot.
But
That'll
that up
do it,
smash
yep.
with the sweet spot. Okay, and
Just keep it
Blondie.
simple. Yep, just up smash into your jump on stage.
Put them on the board.
Again, we're down to final on each.
One player apiece. There is only one stock.
Yeah.
One stock is difficult.
Going to have to be another 3-stock for this final game here.
Yeah, and considering that they have lost on average like 1.5 stocks or so per game, it's not looking super good if you're a Blackfoot fan. So, or not a Blackfoot, excuse me, Idaho Falls fan. So, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit there. As far as other teams that we've got in this bracket, we it's like I had mentioned, we have Blackfoot coming all the way down from where are they over by Southern Idaho somewhere, right?
By Blackfoot.
Yeah, they are in the Blackfoot area.
Over
Yeah,
there near Pocatello.
Pocatello area.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got them coming out for us. We've got Brave Smash Bros. Black. I am unsure where these guys are from. The Brave. That is who they are representing themselves as. And then we have Burley and Bora, like free agent over there was saying as well, who ended up playing round 1. I guess we can spoil some of these stats for you guys while we got them. So it looks like there's been 2-1 over Bora and Burley. Bora actually making the upset. Seed 7 over Seed 2, actually.
Bora was seed 7.
Bora was Seed 7, yeah. And Burley were the, I'm not going to say the favorites, but definitely the second favorites for taking home the championship. So the fact that they lost their round 1 actually is really bad for them. I think that meant that they could at best place 3rd.
Yeah, it's final. First.
Pokemon Trainer.
Or no, actually, it's at best they get to place 5th. I just found out because they lost round 1. If they had not lost round 1, we might have had a different discussion about 3rd and 4th. But
Brutal. All right, so we see the always strong Joker
yes,
as the last pick here.
and I did lie about Lunacom being the cloud to start. I believe that is Vola. No, I said that.
You said that right.
I said that right.
Vola's
Okay, I'm
cloud,
not crazy.
I mean,
Maybe, okay, yeah, maybe I'm just a touch crazy, but not as crazy as these two players want to win. So going into this game number 3 for set 1, going out the Joker.
Just need to hit one back there, 70%, and that'll about finish it off.
Not until they get the funny man. They have to get their funny down beat man.
Yeah, and then Ivysaur, I imagine, will keep doing most of the heavy lifting, especially in the Silver.
Yeah, tried and true. After you get up to about like 50 to 60% or so, Squirtle starts becoming a little bit less useful as your attacks don't combo into each other super easily, or at least as easily as they used to.
Oh, I kind of see the structure there. You're supposed to look like Squirrel. You know, early percent. Switch to Ivysaur, switch to Jordan.
Yeah, but
Smart.
honestly, realistically though, Ivysaur is probably the most soloable character in this of the three.
I mean, yes,
Ooh, oh no.
there's a lack of recovery there.
Goes-
Still only need one at 94.
Yeah, Blondie's already in.
Don't quite get the back air there.
Charizard is pretty heavy, but that doesn't start mattering that much when the percentage is that high. Oh, speaking of that, there's
That is a long charge for it though. They had the read. Hey, you're gonna push a heavy button. I want you to. 150 on Charizard. Very scary. Flare Blitz off the
Blitz off
ledge?
of that. Wow.
Wow. I like that a lot. And now you no longer have Arsene actually, so Luna's gonna have to
Yeah, that's a great save. Oh,
play very carefully.
speaking of back here, that does it.
I'm shocked that that didn't hit actually. I think they were just a little bit too close to the ledge. They were trying to cover both roll and neutral get up. And unfortunately Joker's roll is too long.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't. But that Flare Blitz, I think, was the perfect gamble at that time there. Try and prevent that, especially because to get rid of Arsene there.
Well, and you know what's really funny too is that Charizard Flare Blitz, if Joker were to counter with Arsene, the first hit of Flare Blitz doesn't send you anywhere. There's 2 hits to it.
Yeah.
And so you actually don't take hardly any knockback for Flare Blitz.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's pretty like a gamble there. Timed it up and it worked, but didn't end up mattering.
Yep. Round 1 going to Rigby High School.
Yes. The 1v8, although did bring it down to the final stock in the first one at least. We'll see
Yeah.
how the second match goes. That's what I said mentioned earlier. These are all good teams.
Very much so.
Definitely say.
It always tends to feel like there's one person that's just blitzing through a whole team and it looks like they can't be stopped, and then next teammate comes through and it just gets reversed on the other team.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
finally make it through.
There's always that counter.
Yep. That is exactly right. So.
As we said earlier, always a bigger fish.
That's how it be.
It's true unless you are the
Unless-
biggest.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. That
Oh.
people are
Oh,
good,
spoilers.
Spoilers, sorry about
but
that.
there's always someone better. It's okay, we just saw a Pokemon trainer.
We did see. I don't think we saw very many character switches for the most part, right? I think people
Throughout the day,
In this,
Yeah.
in this,
Yeah.
this matchup, we did see a character switch.
Well,
Okay.
there is a few character switches, but not many.
people are typically pretty comfortable with the characters that they play, which I think is the right move. Honestly, I think that even if you run into a harder matchup, it's still better to just try and overcome that matchup, as it builds more tenacity and character.
Would you say it's harder to read a player that plays Pokemon Trainer in kind of their playstyle? Like, would you say the playstyle kind of switches based off which?
Oh, for
person
sure.
they have
Yeah,
sent
you're playing
out?
3 completely different archetypes of characters. I would even think that playing different Pokemon trainers would be difficult to beat, actually. Just because everybody can play Pokemon Trainer very differently, because you can play a very slow and patient Squirtle, or you can just play the Squirtle that will run you down till the end of time and never switch. And every time you think, oh yeah, they're going to switch here for sure, they just never do. So the versatility of Pokemon Trainer in that regard is very, very good. We'll see how they stand up to the Cloud in that regard.
Of course, Cloud is, I don't know, maybe she's like the second character I think. It's a jack of all trades. It's kind of, except for the air game, obviously. But on stage is, the ground game is just unmatched.
Yeah, and even the air game is pretty unmatched from him as well. I mean,
Especially on advantage.
he's a very, very good character. So already at 108.7%. Wow, very risky limit cross slash there. I will say, one of the things that I noted from pretty much the whole day, but from all the players, was how aggressive they were willing to be with each other like that. No Cloud in their right mind that I know would ever go for a border like that. So I get caught off guard every time he goes like that.
Yeah, this is true. Grab fast.
Guard opportunity. No limit, no longer on the board.
Does have to use that limit to recover.
That's one of the nice things about Cloud, though, is the fact that you can charge that limit. And by the time that you get it back, hey, I need to recover. Or use it for an attack.
Yeah, just the limit just opens up so many different avenues.
Or here is not going to kill. Good discipline on the cross slash there. I suppose we can try and rule out who we think who's playing this Pokemon trainer. Let's see. Idaho Falls.
Idaho Falls.
Yes. Oh, that's right. They did switch to Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah.
That was the switch that Weedles was talking about
Oh,
earlier.
yes.
They said they had surprised us. I remember.
I believe they pull out 2 Pokemon trainers.
Yeah.
Well, one of them switches and the other one.
Yeah.
Oh. That up throw is very much going to kill Cloud. Putting them on the board. They're already doing a lot better this second go around than they were the first time.
They did, yeah. This was Rigby opting to stick with Cloud as the opener, and not working as well this time. Of course, 25 on the second stop.
Yeah, high percent Charizard is where it gets really scary because Charizard can kind of, I'm not going to say outrange Cloud, but they can match Cloud's range levels very well. So it's going to be a lot harder for Lola to space their moves, but it's not going to matter when they can just two-frame them. Yep. Back to stop there.
65 on this, though. Works magic.
These roll behind to the ledge grabs are very, very strong. Especially, we should probably mention as well that none of these teams have met on land this year yet. Their league that they play in is all online, and so these are quote-unquote Wi-Fi warriors amongst each other. So you're going to see a lot more of these typical Wi-Fi patterns from these players, such as a jumping, rising down air in order to punish somebody trying to read a secondary jump.
That's a really nice. Wi-Fi patterns? Are there
Yeah,
different strategies?
very much so.
I suppose because of the lag and
Yeah, the delay
input
in
delay.
Ultimate is so
Yeah.
bad that people have to have other online habits than they would offline. But it's not going to matter when you can't type like that. So
2 stops, though, I thought. Yep,
Yeah.
that was a lot better. Yep.
we're in for a much tighter game than this go around, I'd say.
Yeah, the switch to the second Pokemon trainer was a move and played that Cloud a lot better.
Mhm.
Even without,
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and talking around with a lot of the players beforehand,
Mhm.
I suppose you did just mention the different strats and not the fact that they haven't met on LAN yet. A lot of the players aren't really used to being in person in these tournaments at this high school level for a span of time.
Yeah, and the Smash scene in the state of Idaho it's alive and it is there, but it's very difficult to find. And so there aren't very many like good locals that these players can go to practice offline as well. And so pretty much all their practice is going to be in this online territory. So I'm glad that we can get these kids together and have a local LAN experience for them, just to kind of get used to how it works and what it's like.
Playing without
Stop battle.
input lag.
Yeah, only 7 this go around. Only 7 on LAN, which is still really bad. I don't know why they chose to make that decision, but it's not gonna matter.
Sticking Inkling and Cloud back together.
There is only one stock that our Inkling hero here has to take, and they did take one stock the last time they played.
They did.
So odds are pretty good that they're gonna at least get their win.
Although I would have guessed Cloud probably gonna play a bit more carefully. Or not. I mean, everyone was being really aggressive so far.
Yeah, but that up B out of shield is just super duper strong, especially against Inkling. She doesn't really have the range that someone like Charizard or Ivysaur has, and so now Cloud can kind of abuse their really good up B out of shield. Triple forwarder.
The casual like back dodge out of that, hitting the floor.
Yeah, 72% is really good here. Is not going to go for the kill finisher. 120 now with that roller tech chase. 140 even, and looking pretty good if you're Trojan.
And that CC with the ink bomb there. He's doing a good job of keeping out of bay for 50 to 131 now.
Yeah, if you're Inkling here, you definitely don't want to die. Dying is like the worst thing that you could do at this moment in time.
You almost jinxed it.
I did almost jinx it. I might have to shut up here for a bit.
There you go. That's good. Up at this high percentage.
This is so scary.
That's got
Oh, up
That'll
smash.
do it. Yep.
Going for the read that they're going to take an action out of shield, but roll is not the correct answer. Or roll was the correct answer there.
Able to take him out without losing a single
Yeah,
stock.
Yeah,
that ties it up.
That's important, yeah. Being not down, or even being close enough to not consider yourself down is a relief for the mental.
Moving it now to basically just a 2v2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 2v2. Let's see. So we've got a Joker online, and we have
Pokemon Trainer
Hope.
online as well.
no for the other team.
Oh, other side.
Yeah, it's
Joker.
this happens to me every time. I
It's
do that.
every single
It is
time.
Wii Fit Trainer. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
There it is.
Good stuff. We got there a lot faster than we did while we were in the
It took
could
us.
in the
not
arena.
It took us about 10 minutes the last
We
time.
could not remember the Isabel. That's what.
That-
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
was
that's
not
the other one. That is right. So I think they are going to take a second to pick here. Yes, they do. All right, sending in the Joker. Perfect
Great skip
timing.
there. Yeah.
Joker first.
I think you will notice that both the characters tend to taunt at the very beginning of the rounds. That is customary that is an online customary. As it signifies, oh yeah, we're both ready to go.
Friendly.
Yep, you just do a friendly taunt.
Which is just wild. Some of the other games just have friendly.
Yeah. I think taunts in Smash are pretty casual, all things considered. They're not like BM levels of taunt.
You don't really taunt out of. So it's kind of not really shit off.
Not very often. Whereas something in like what we had streamed earlier today with our Overwatch High School Championship, that if you taunt them there, woo!
Oh, read the. That's kind of just going back to your opponent. Read the roll there. Yeah, great.
Luna here has got some pretty good movement on their Joker. You can tell that they're very comfortable and starting to warm up after this their first game. So, 100% on them. Not too bad.
I think that. Yep.
Not going to be
That not
enough.
quite?
The sweet spot for the forward smash had, I believe it was nerfed just a touch, so it doesn't kill nearly as early.
off the edge.
Yeah, that's probably the one downside of Joker is that their recovery is super duper linear when they have Arsene.
Yep, and that recovery itself with the tether.
It's a-
By left doesn't matter.
It's a lot more flexible of a recovery. So, able to make it back though. Now the goal is to just kind of hold this stock here.
Oh, doesn't punish it though.
What a scramble situation. We're not even done with it yet.
This is really
Oh,
messy.
they missed the grab too. Oh my goodness.
They're
even
not
touched
wanting to
each
stop
other.
the scramble. Bro, reset neutral. You're good.
You're fine.
You're good.
Oh my
you don't need to
goodness.
throw a bomb there. What are you doing? Trump into the back here? That's an extra 50% on Inkling here.
Maybe.
Back here
Oh,
not
yeah,
gonna
the
do
bomb
it.
was not the move. Yeah, I think you were absolutely right. Needed to reset neutral there.
Yeah, you gotta just calm down. Fourth throw's not gonna kill here. Oh my goodness. Up
Oh,
smash off
wow.
the. That's what we were talking about earlier with the platforms, where the platforms kind of make it really difficult for you to come back down on the stage, and a lot of characters can just cover the platform options.
He's traded immediately back though.
It was up at 200%. That's kind of
This is
crazy
true,
to
yeah.
live that long.
Boy, what a scramble there.
Yeah, so we're hoping that Butterdog here is able to kind of collect themselves and get one more stock at the very least.
Just aired. Good. Busted our center.
Oh, forward smash misspaced. Drifts fully into the stage. That down air was crazy from the Joker. I would never go for that in my life.
Yeah, I don't think it was a match. I saw Lucina having one of the Lucinas doing just crazy stuff like countering off the ledge. So interesting. Oh, can't recover.
Yeah.
It's not
And
very,
that'll do it.
it's not very often that you get an Inkling that doesn't make it back to the stage vertically. So very good edge guard, I guess, from our Joker hero here, Luna. That puts them at the last character or the last player on their team before they will potentially get sent to losers.
There's
Pokemon.
no losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, Pokemon Trainer last. Idaho Falls hanging on by a thread now.
No losers bracket.
No losers, but it keeps you from winners.
Correct.
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, there is no losers bracket. It's not double elimination, but you still play out for first through 8. So
Yes.
everybody will get an official placing. So. Which I think is a pretty fun format.
I do kind of I like this format. Yeah, it isn't quite like the NFL. You don't have that placement. But I like the idea.
Yeah, I like double elimination because it gives everybody a second chance to still win it all. You know, like everybody loses every now and then, whereas sometimes you just have a bad day or a bad matchup. It doesn't mean you can't take a win. Whereas this is like, oh yeah, we know exactly how well you do.
Some of the most legendary moments, like majors, super majors, hard loser bracket like comebacks. I do like this format.
You were saying earlier that hey, do people pick Kalos very often? And this is one of those situations here where they have Squirtle with the wall jump, and they want to be able to have that really large distance that they can cover back and forth.
Yeah, see,
Weave in and out.
I always think about just legends and like nothing else. I always forget, especially with characters like the wall jump. Kalos goes all the way down to the plateau.
Yep. Which also means that you have an opportunity to tech and save your life if you get spike a little bit. So.
Although, is it just Squirtle with the wall jump on?
Yes.
Pokemon Trainer?
On Pokemon Trainer, Squirtle's in.
That mid-percent seems yeah, I'm so switch.
Wow. Doesn't quite get the drag down for the Joker up air. That is okay. 30% is very respectable for a down air up air. Wow. Keep in mind, our Pokemon Trainer here, they are the last chance for Idaho Falls to stay and the winner's side of this bracket.
Yep, has to take this one out and make it.
Good up
Ooh,
smash
that's
on
a
the
good
get up
start.
attack. That's how, yep.
Last time.
Yeah, Zard up smash out of shield is actually probably their best option. Honestly. It kills a little less early than their up B out of shield does, and it doesn't have armor, but it is a lot safer. All things considered, it's a lot. You can't punch it.
Oh, it's Arsene. Catch there,
Up
gets a
tilt's
stock.
gonna
yeah.
kill there, actually.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised about that. That seemed like it was pretty good DI, too. Yeah, you can see the immediate swap to Ivysaur here. Does not want to have to engage with this Arsene at all.
Yeah, especially with this.
Throw up, he's going to put a lot of percent on Luna here.
Oh, wow. It's
Forward up as well. The raw downer is not going to matter.
There you go. We just talked about it.
The tech from the
Yep.
Joker.
Saved off the ledge, and now Joker's on the attack.
This edge guard situation going to be huge for Luna here. If they can manage to kill. Oh, they definitely do. Like I said, all these kids are all very, very aggressive.
Hey, we love the aggressive gameplay.
Yeah, if people are wanting to play like that.
And yeah, they're willing to meet and play aggressive as well. Like that scramble we saw, man. Just it's like, oh my goodness. Oh, no.
Unfortunate. Turned
Yeah.
around on the recovery, is not able to make it back.
As a
Crazy save.
Yep.
as a fellow
Exactly.
as a
Right on.
fellow tether user, you just hate it when your thumb is just slightly to the left.
My bad. I thought you were over there, Ledge.
No.
So that is going to bring us down to our last player yet again.
We love a close match between the schools.
That is true.
Keeps it entertaining.
It very much does. And honestly, all of these schools probably deserve to win the championship.
Any of them could. Like, little changes here and there, and it could have gone any other way.
So I'm not surprised in the slightest that this is going one way or another. So.
Start the battle.
I
Pokemon
don't remember who
Trainer.
said it. One of the Bishop Kelly coaches. His team didn't unfortunately make it. Definitely a presence elsewhere in the tournament. Said there were like 12 teams that deserved to be here.
Yeah.
And there were only 8 slots.
Sure. Yeah, shouts out Bishop Kelly. They have won both Valorant as well as Overwatch over the last 2 days.
And they do Rocket League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a
Tomorrow
shot
is
at Rocket
Rocket
League.
League.
They didn't have a Smash team.
No Smash team, so no full sweep. Get wrecked, nerds. Try again next year. We'll see them though. We'll see if they can bring a team.
I don't know if they're too worried about the full sweep.
Not
Getting
this
a
time.
few wins here and there is always good.
I think
3
they're
out of
happy
4.
with 2, honestly.
Yeah. They should be.
Yeah.
I would hope that.
Should ban them from Rocket.
That would be really fun. No, you just can't participate. We'll just eliminate
You
you.
guys are too good in other games.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to come play for University of Idaho, that's
we'll
another
let you
story.
Absolutely.
We'll let you in. 50% for both of these players. Playing, again, pretty fast-paced neutral, all things considered. Wii Fit Trainer's very, very good at running away. And so, as the Pokemon trainer, you do need to actually approach this balance.
As Pokemon trainer, or as
Ooh, what a back air up. Good confirm on that DI. That was a hard one to hit. No double jump here. Has to switch to Zard in order to make it back.
Flare Blitz. And a punchable position. Kept getting out of that. How to grab it. Everyone.
Wow, what a spike. You don't see that very often, especially with Zard super armor. That is going to put Rigby back into, Rigby back into the lead yet again.
Final stock opportunity for Idaho Falls. And shot for first place.
Yeah, winner of this gets to maintain their shot first.
Charizard Flare Blitz it again, and oh wow!
Woo, armor's through
Yeah, it
the
hit
down
that
smash.
off the super armor there.
Oh, but the, what is it, the spot dodge on the grab is going to solve,
When exerting yourself, remember to keep
making that Rigby 2-0 over Idaho Falls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rigby will advance.
Keeping them in the chance for winning the whole thing.
Where?
There'd my bracket go.
There'd my bracket go. I was wondering where it
There'd my
went. My
bracket
bracket
go.
disappeared somewhere.
Bracket go to there.
I found it though. We
It's a
eventually
crazy-
found it.
Crazy way. There'd my bracket go.
Wait, I'm not like entirely sure.
We got people
Let me
cheering for Rigby in chat.
Ooh, let's go.
Yes.
Shouts out the Rigby people. Welcome, welcome.
That's pretty cool. I believe I saw Rigby playing in like the championship Overwatch team too. So
Really?
I believe
it
it was. I
was-
think it
It was
was
against
Bishop
Bishop.
Kelly
It
versus
was Rigby, Bishop
Rigby.
Kelly.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
It's the-
congrats on making it that far.
Yeah.
Sorry you got second.
Not how you say it.
Whoa!
Sorry you couldn't win.
you didn't like
Be a
mean it,
little bit-
anything bad.
Be a
But
little
then
bit
it's
better
like-
next time, I guess.
Just,
I don't-
just try a little harder. I don't know.
I'm sure Overwatch was the same as Smash.
I'm sure.
All teams were just neck and neck for the
Yeah.
whole time.
Oh man, I tell you, the Valorant tournament was.
Oh, we got
Absolutely
Doc in the chat
insane.
too, liking our setup.
We got Doc. Okay,
Shout out.
yeah,
We
shouts
got
out.
We got the
Like in our
professional
setup
setup
here.
coming
What's
right
up?
at you.
Welcome to the Couchcast, my friend.
It's as professional as it gets here.
I mean, we make do with what we got.
Yeah.
Couldn't like. No, we really.
We
couldn't
have
done
the
anything,
decor.
yeah.
We got it all.
Yeah, it looks super nice. If you guys can tell us what this picture here on your left looks like, we have a couple bids
That
on
one
what
over
we
there.
think it is.
Which left?
You want to say what you said
Nope,
to me?
nope,
No,
we just keep it.
Well-
You keep it for the interpretation.
we'll let you guys figure out what
It's
it
definitely
means.
like a comb, I would say.
Of some sort, but it's all connected to the bottom. Columns aren't like that.
Now we physically
It's a
have Doc in
comb.
chat.
Oh, yo, they have a 4-way dock emote.
They have a 4-way Doc
That's
emote.
crazy.
What happened to our Saw one that was like that? Did
We got rid of it because we don't have enough emote slots.
Ah.
So
Oh yeah.
we got rid of it for some other stuff.
Yeah.
We need to be partnered.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. But
Idaho esports too.
okay.
Shout out everyone for these crew battles here.
I guess here the ideal time slot for these is just sometime in the evening. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While everyone's hanging out.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see these crew battles.
This is. I mean, this is prime time TV.
I suppose so. I
Friday night
suppose so.
action.
We should get into this match number 2 then.
Yeah. Do you guys know who we're playing for match number 2?
Semifinals would be.
I
This
do
is
not.
semifinals. Would be
Mhm.
if it's sticking with the top. It would be.
This
Is it
was
still Rigby versus Blackfoot there? Is that the right one?
No.
no
I believe it was Bora that
Bora
plays
versus.
next, correct?
I can't remember.
Wood River?
Wood River.
Oh,
This is
okay.
actually
Okay,
fresh
that's right.
eyes for this one. We missed
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's right. We ended up having to go get lunch for this
Yes.
Yeah.
So we actually don't know how this one turns out.
one.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see. If you guys didn't know, there's gonna be some.
What's Spock's worst Smash matchup? Asking for a friend?
Byleth.
No, it's not Byleth for sure. Byleth's
Me.
pretty easy. It's definitely.
That's crazy.
Which me?
No, just me.
Just
Oh,
him.
Not
you
the
like you
actual-
personally. I
not
see.
like,
See,
I
like
got you.
me
I got
sword
you.
fighter. Just
It-
me.
CS6.
straight up.
CS6 is Spock's
Yeah.
kryptonite.
I will take a stock off him for a Kit Kat.
Mm.
1 star.
That is true. That is it's Director Spock lore.
Yes.
He is.
Better
He
be
will.
careful, Spock. Doc might be trying to beat you. Sword
You
characters.
heard it here first,
He's
folks.
really
what
he's
I'm
really
saying.
good against sword
He
characters.
said he's weak against sword characters.
So if you're weak against sword characters, are you really weak against sword, lance, and bow characters as well?
Bro,
And
you
an
have
axe?
some fascination with this character. I'm
I
trying to
know.
figure out what it is. There's got to be some connection to it all with how fascinated you are.
The connection is the fact that Fire Emblem Three Houses is like top 2, and Byleth is cracked in Smash. Like obviously, I have to pick.
Maybe cracked
I don't
on
even
ice.
know who we're talking
I
about.
don't actually know who Byleth is at this point.
It could be anybody.
Can
I've
we-
been
can
hearing
we
about him
point him
all
out?
day,
Yeah,
and
can
I
we
don't know
point him
who it
out on the
is.
character?
yeah,
select?
I can point him out. We'll
Is
give
that
it.
who Louis Money plays?
That is not at all who Louis
Oh.
Money plays.
Have you ever-
No,
have
Who
you
does
ever-
Louis Money play?
Can
he
I
plays
ask-
Palutena.
Well, Louis Money's my favorite Smash player.
Louis
May
Money's
I
the
ask
goat. We
who
love Louis Money.
is?
Do you
Oh.
not know who Louis Money
I'm
is?
not caught up on my Smash.
Louis
lore.
Money was the guy that won Beak Bonk.
Oh, that Louis Money. I wasn't there this time, but I did hear about
I
it.
said if he won, I'd follow him on Twitter, and then I did.
I'm personally an MK Leo fan myself.
You
Yes.
would, of course, as a Meta Knight main, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
I like Meta Knight too.
Just
in-
because of
in
that,
concept.
we now have Doc maining sword characters.
Which character?
I will pay him a
sword
dollar
characters.
if he
Sword-
can
all
name
of
a
them?
sword character.
If he can take 2 stocks off Spock.
Yeah, I would be very impressed.
The
Honestly.
sword fighter.
Oop, spoilers! Spoilers!
$10 if Doc takes 2 stocks off of Spock.
That's impressive. We're up to $11 now.
Ooh.
I really
think
had
there's
to,
a lot on the
really,
line.
I really had to slow down to get that out. $2 stock Spock. Too many things.
There's
that
too many,
just
too many
rhyme.
ox.
like a
Bora
cow.
versus Wood River. Yes, indeed.
That is indeed what's
That
coming
is
up right now. I had the VOD pause.
for
and
the semi-final match,
y- y-
technically.
yeah, this is a battle for who gets who has a shot at first, who has a shot at third.
That's
What we're
that's a
playing
big
for here.
difference.
It's a very big difference.
Stressful round to go into.
Watch out for at one point number 2 ranked in Idaho, Luca.
That is
with
just
Bayonetta.
not right at all. Number 4
Number
ranked
4,
in Boise
sorry.
specifically.
In like at one point was ranked number 2 in Idaho.
No, just not real and true at all.
They're just homie stocking. It's fine.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're
don't worry, this game doesn't count. I got. Oh, look at this K rule. They win.
A King K. Rool
over
win!
Bluka. That's crazy.
King K. Rule.
We like that guy.
That's my favorite.
He hits his belly and he goes, I win.
I don't think I've ever heard him say that, no.
You just-
No,
Well,
but
have
he
you heard him
does
say
have a
anything, though?
cannon.
Yeah, he says, I'm King K. Rule. I'm ruling it.
okay. And then he rules all over the place. Yeah, that
Then he
makes
just
sense.
rules.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We've kind of teased it up a little bit here, but Bluka here, this Bayonetta, is one of, if not the best player in high school state as of right now. They are very, very good.
It was pretty crazy watching.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Boise, Idaho Power Rankings.
And that's-
Correct,
That's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
why
my
I was
bad.
so surprised when you
Uh-huh.
said they were ranked 7th coming into this.
Yes.
If I had to hazard a guess for the whole state of Idaho, I would say somewhere in top 10. It's right
Well,
around where I would place
the school was ranked 7th seed. coming
Oh
into
yeah,
the
that's
state.
right. The seating was
Yeah.
very peculiar. Oh, I see.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that definitely probably should be a discussion point if the seating is based on stocks instead of whoa, what happened? We looked away and all of a sudden there's a K rule up 1 to 2 or 3 to 2.
For now.
Oh yeah.
He
no,
should
it's
make
take
it back
forever.
here. It's going to be a back here. Oh, what the hell? Helicopter! That is crazy that they made it back there. Honk the King K rule. No, he's going to live here. It's
Oh yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't have spoken too soon. That back air definitely should have connected. That
There
one
it
will,
goes.
though.
That one will. Down to 2.
2 stocks apiece now. Let's see if we can get some, glean some information on the Wood River here. What are we looking at, chap? Got him. You guys can't just awkwardly stop.
I can.
And we
That's
will.
what I've been doing the whole time.
Just
I don't know anything
don't
about
let me be
Smash.
awkward.
I want to leave the Smash casting team professional.
Yeah.
Like free agent, not professional.
Bruh.
That's,
my
that's
God.
crazy
That was
slander.
smooth.
What are we ever gonna do?
Oh.
Everyone's gonna find you.
Up air, side B,
No.
back air.
I would just.
Now one.
Unfortunate. If everyone like found my Twitch channel.
And followed
Followed
me.
it?
I would
That'd be
say so.
crazy.
That would be so
That'd be so
crazy.
unfortunate, dude. I don't want that to happen. Oh, don't look me up. So, Wood River right here. It looks like this person's tag is actually just honk. So,
That's
Makes it
epic.
easy for us.
yeah. Do we have our air horn sound effect up and ready?
You can find it. But
I can give it a
probably
go.
Yeah. Go ahead and find that whenever we take a. Whoa. Speaking of taking a stock, Bluka.
No.
Nah, don't worry about it. Bluka
shouldn't.
Too late.
turns around their first game,
We are.
losing a surprising first stock to honk, but keeping their composure, clutching it up, doing their typical Bayo things. Their 0 to death combos are Bayonettas are very, very good, especially on heavyweights.
They didn't play for seeding during districts. They
Oh,
thought it was going to be off.
okay. So it just sounds like this whole bracket was scuffed for me. So
Just a little bit.
A little scuffed.
that's fine.
When is esports not?
We deal with a little scuff.
Specialty.
Yeah.
You just gotta wax it on and wax it off, and then it comes right out.
Just like the Rocket League stream crashing.
Ooh.
Don't say that.
No,
Don't say
it's
that.
Oh.
Don't
Don't
say
say that. Sorry, it's a little scuffed. It's alright. I was
Maybe we should just do it from here where it won't crash.
just- See,
We'll just stream Rocket League from
I'm not
Where
gonna.
are
our
we?
studio.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
our
be there,
studio.
so it's funny if I jinx it.
Okay, Bismuth, the Olimar player, is coming in next as the second player for River. You don't see Olimar ever anymore, actually. The fun fact, one of the main U.S. Olimar players actually ended up retiring at the last major tournament for Super Smash Bros.
No, Buzz.
Oh, we have a disconnected controller.
Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed. We'll see if they ended up just playing it out. Oh, it looks like he died, so they probably are just going to continue to play this out here.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
he was falling. I
Oh,
think, when it
thinking about it.
disconnected.
We'll start at 35. Yeah, that looks like we're going to. So. One thing about Olimar is that they ended up pulling Pikmin, not at random actually. There is a cycle of Pikmin that they go through. So that means that you can trash certain Pikmin that you don't want and then cycle through again and pull them.
Did they do different things?
Yes, they do. The purple Pikmin just hits really hard.
They're the strongest.
They are the
Henry.
strongest.
Henry
Henry is his name.
Told me the other day.
We love Henry. The white one is, we'll call him Bismouth. He does a lot of damage when he gets stuck to you very fast, but he's also the one that dies the least.
Gotcha.
And then the yellow one does electric damage. So,
So it does extra damage to
Yep.
like.
yeah, actually, I don't remember. I don't think that mechanic is in this game, but that would be really cool if it did. So,
I don't know if there's any other water characters in this game.
is Squirtle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot about that. Technically, Charizard's a flying type as well now.
He is technically a flying type, so that would make sense.
I know more about Pokemon than I do Smash.
All right, well, me and you should commentate a Pokemon tournament at some point. See
That's a
what
bad
really.
idea.
That's also a bad idea. All right.
I know.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to point out for Olimar as a character is that Olimar's down B, the little whistle that they use to call their Pikmin back to them, they gave that move super armor for some reason, which means that when you get hit, you just don't get hit. So a lot of true combos no longer become true, meaning that you can kind of actually work your way out of some combos, which is really important because Bayonetta is all about the combos.
Back to the. Oh my goodness. Maybe,
You can
maybe
actually
not.
see-
I was gonna say back to the game at hand, but maybe not.
Yeah, spam the whistle and you just get out.
When it's been a ground game, and I'm seeing. Okay, never mind.
Almost a flawless stock there.
I had such a cool thought there, and then it just
Yeah,
All Luca down to one stock though.
yeah down to one.
yeah. Bluka is definitely a very, very strong player in that they can keep their composure even no matter how many stocks that they've got, right? So, whoa. Don't look at that, chat. Don't worry about that.
Stock battle.
Anybody hungry for chicken nuggets?
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. I must be seeing things.
We already ate.
I am
We
down.
did already eat, yeah.
Yeah.
How likely is it for a
Never-
tournament to just mandate for them to play randoms?
I would say.
Probably
It would.
I would
zero.
say near
And
zero.
But
can
it's-
I
it's
get in
1%.
this tournament?
What do you mean? Can you get in the tournament?
I
Are you
wanna
like?
be- I want to be a part of a random tournament.
Yeah,
You can just
sign up
You
for
can
a
just
random
join
tournament.
the tournament and
yeah.
play random.
Yeah, that's fine. There's
Oh,
nothing
wait,
against
but
that.
Is it just all online?
Oh no. Yeah, you probably could play online tournaments if you wanted to.
Like the regional tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sign up for it and just pick random.
There
There
is
you
a regional
Well, I
tomorrow.
want my opponent to also play random.
oh,
No, that's your specialty.
yeah, that's your specialty.
Yeah,
what
but
you,
I think
what you
it's
can
more
do,
fun.
what you can
Then-
do is you can do something called a gentleman, where you and your opponent, gentleman to each other, like
Right.
shake. Oh yeah, we'll
Right.
both go random, and then you both go random.
And then you still lose anyway.
And then they
Well,
pick their
maybe not.
mains, and you go, wait, I thought we were doing random.
No, because that would violate the rules of the gentleman. They would have to disagree to the gentleman.
Usually you just pick random, and then they don't, and you go, whoa.
That
thought we were
also you
doing
can also
random.
just peer pressure them in.
That's usually how we do it. Random's just more fun.
Random.
That's true.
Debate.
They do host brackets for just like random characters. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, this is a random only tournament, so everybody has to pick random.
Yeah, they should just do that for every.
I disagree with that.
Why?
I can think of several reasons.
We'll find out a couple of reasons here.
Link versus Bayonetta in the meantime, which is a tough matchup for Link, I would say. You do have options to keep Bayonetta at bay. You can have to attack, but
Yeah, Link is also very, very heavy in this game, but he's also a lot smaller, meaning that he's going to still be pretty hard to combo because of it. No cane roll. Luca already getting 110% on this Link here.
Oh
Wow, what a down smash. Well, it goes a little bit over the ledge more than they wanted. Ooh, they even charged that up out of shield
Yeah.
too. They had a feeling that the Bats Within was coming in. 66% on Bluka here,
it's just like the aggressive playstyle has been the story.
which is really funny because typically Link is not seen as like a super duper aggressive character.
Yeah, exactly. You got to.
Normally, all the aggression is going to be coming from the Bayonetta looking to weaken themselves in and out.
That is one of the most entertaining aspects of Bayonetta. So aggressive.
I will say I really like this counter pick that our Link hero here has made. With Smashville, Bayonetta actually cannot do an up B on the ground normally. She just gets stuck on top of the platform after.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she did Sour Spot actually. Good eye. Also, it just wasn't going to kill. He was at 80. And yeah, he's very, very heavy.
Now he's up to 150.
Yeah, now he definitely will die, Danny. Pretty much anything at this point. No double jump. Has to recover high here.
Oh,
and yeah,
There you go. Just back there. Finish that off easily.
recover it.
It is up to 75% though, so on the last side.
Yeah, and keep in mind that this is Bora's first player on their team. They have 2 more to go, and there's only 1 stock left for Little Old Wood River. Gonna have to make a miracle happen. Back into it, but an
that's
up B
not
into a
gonna be it.
forwarder
Wow.
off the top for Bayonetta, looking like a Smash 4 game if I've ever seen one.
Wasn't even on the screen.
Nope.
That's usually how the Bayonetta combos go.
You're like, I get hit once, now I'm in the blast zone, you can't see me anymore, I'm there for like 2 seconds, and then I die.
And you're gone.
Never
Yeah, that
be
makes
seen again.
sense.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Thank you for that.
He was just
Yeah, I
reading.
was
He
reading
was
the
reading
chat.
chat. He was reading chat.
I don't have chat pulled up, so that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. How'd I do? Rate me on a scale like
There's-
1 to 3.
What does Link look?
2, I guess.
Oh yeah, all right, that's pretty good. It's 66%
2?
out of
Out
3.
Of 3.
I would not give it.
Well, if I had
That's
gone 1, he would have been like, "Oh, out of 1." Like that's the high end.
Fair
What?
enough.
So I went for the middle. So either way.
So I'm curious to see what the adaptations here from Wood River are gonna be, because so far they've only seen the Bayonetta is the only.
Was that a full sweep?
Yeah,
it was a full
yep.
sweep, yeah.
9-2.
You don't see that hardly ever in crew battles. Actually, it's very difficult for somebody to just sweep as convincingly like this, and that really goes to show, yeah, Luca definitely does deserve their number 4 ranking on CDR. So
Currently.
it is currently number 4. Yes, as of this
Highest,
moment.
highest second.
Pretty good.
That's
In other
all right.
words. It's all right. Pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean,
Not number 1, but you know.
Not the
to
best.
be fair, she is competing with some very difficult people right above her.
Do you know who number 1 is?
In Boise, it's definitely either Pac-Man Pow or OPZ. They are both Steve players.
They're banned.
Pac-Man uses Steve.
Well, he played Pac-Man in Smash 4, is what he was known
And
That
now
makes
he
sense.
does.
for. And now he still does on occasion for some matchups, but he's typically a Steve player.
We're making new controllers. We can skip forward probably.
We probably can, yeah. Boop, too far.
Too far.
And you
Spoilers.
ruined
Oh, we're right back.
Away.
Again.
I
We've-
minimized all of
We've
it. Wait,
closed everything.
let me go back.
And stream's over.
Stream's gone.
All right,
Have a
good
night.
stream, guys. Thank
Back
you
to
very
the
much.
King K rule.
Okay.
Cena.
All right, so Lucina, I could probably just shut up and let you explain Lucina the whole time, yeah?
Yeah, this is a we have not seen this player from Bora yet, so we're unsure as to how exactly they are going to play. However, as Lucina, we're going to want to look for a lot more of these spacing traps. K. Rool is really good when you're right next to him or far away from him. Okay. However, Lucina is good right in that mid range, so she's going to play the best when in his bad spot, which is really good for her. It's all going to come down to how well this BD7 player can navigate in and out of these. This, yes, you heard it here. Yes, Doc. If you're listening, which you better be. If you're not followed, you should follow and you should subscribe as well. While you're here, actually.
That was a lot. That was a
Maybe
lot.
use your Prime for it as well.
Use
if
your
you got
Prime
it.
stuff on this
But you're definitely gonna want to probably play this matchup specifically. You wanna play Lucina. That is probably what you're.
Speaking of Prime, so
Speaking of Prime.
drop mine real quick.
Ooh.
I can't do it on mobile.
Oh wow. It is unfortunately correct. You cannot Prime on mobile. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
It works online.
That's crazy.
Lucina does go down to stock, but King K rules at 127 here. So
Ooh, what a
and
counter.
Never mind, that's a nasty. Yeah, that's a good counter.
They were intending on countering the crown, so the fact that they actually countered the forward air is really good for them.
No, it's planned.
No,
Planned perfection.
yeah, totally intended. Don't worry about that.
Wow, that crown interrupts that.
I cannot believe that. Yeah, Lucina is very good when it comes to these juggle situations. She can kind of just sit underneath of you and wait for you to take some action, and then she can really just do it. Already at 130% on Honk, even though she was down originally at the beginning. And that counter on the helicopter is going to take the second stock, swinging the favor into Bora's now.
Back to juggle.
But yeah, that range that we just saw the Lucina right there is the exact range that she wants to sit in. Max range of her sword, unable to get shield grab. Whoa! That's crazy. You'd almost never see a Lucina go over the ledge like that intentionally, and I imagine that they must have misspaced their up B. Otherwise, that's a crazy good down air from Honk. Back throw. This is Gimp opportunity.
Got the stock there, but not quite high points
For the down air. I would have loved to see like maybe a nair trade since Cable can armor through with his nair. Wow, what a grab. Up smash too?
Up smash.
Reads the
Not
mash
enough,
out.
but 104.
All of a sudden, this is doable for Honk. You can take the lead.
Oh, the
I don't know about
counter?
that. Yeah. I know it like is real, but they also can just not up B. That back throw should do it.
That'll do it.
Wow. Okay. Honk taking the first one for Wood River here.
That counter there was a great opportunity to, get the job done. But especially if you've already done pretty much that same thing off the ledge, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot more wary of it, and Honk actually went super duper low, realizing, hey, they've been trying to edge guard me very heavily.
And on the other side, that was a great job to get out of it, not falling to it.
So, oh, see a Sticks with the Prime? Wait, that's my go right there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You too can use Colby. What is it? Colby Pog or CS Pog or Sticks Pog in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's Wojak, actually.
Oh, it is Wojak. You're right, because you are Wojacking.
It's Idaho Wojak.
Right. And we got our Weedles with the Spock in there as well.
I couldn't use the rest. I'm not Prime subbed.
See, that's why I use my Prime set, so I get access to our 60.
We get Spock for free.
Somebody can redeem the where's Spock at the
Yeah.
moment, and,
And
he'd
we
be
can
in chat.
turn the
We
camera.
could turn the
Can.
camera, and he could wait.
I have 17K points.
Jesus. Let's get a poll going up in chat.
It's because I keep gambling on things.
And winning somehow.
It's because I get to choose the outcomes of the poll.
That also is the reason you have a lot of points.
No,
That's funny.
I accidentally bet on the wrong team one time, and then we got swept by them, and it gave me all the points.
You were
It
where all
was-
my points went?
It was a League of Legends game.
You
and
were
I
oh.
put them on the wrong team on accident, and then
Right, on accident,
I
yeah.
think Hummus put like 11K on our team, and it all went to me.
Oh, that sounds so deserved,
Yeah,
actually.
I put like 10 points on.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we get Bowser Jr.
Spoopy
This game of Lemmy.
coming in as the third hidden player for Bora, Team Bora here.
Okay, so I saw a lot of Bowser Jr. at this. It's like, am I wrong? Is Bowser Jr. like actually good?
No, Bowser Jr. is
Yeah.
not good
That's
at
what
all,
I'm saying.
actually.
Interesting. This isn't, and spoiler, this is not the last you're going to see of Bowser Jr. in this.
No, no,
Like-
no. Yeah, Bowser Jr. typically, they're like a good character, but they're designed poorly. Or they're a good designed character that's bad.
Yeah.
Their tools are not actually as useful as you think. Their frame data isn't really anything to write home about. All their moves just don't function sometimes. And
That's one of my big things with Bowser Jr. It's just can't hit anything. It's like, man, I feel like I hit that sweet spot, but no.
yeah, and again, the way that some of these tools work, you'd be like, oh, this is really good. I can forward smash, and I have like almost no end lag on it. I have really good spacing with my forward tilt. It's just like, oh, but my grab doesn't go anywhere, and I have a lot of end lag on it for some reason. My forward air also does this weird up-down hitbox thing. So the character is very peculiar, to say the least.
I will say when you're playing casually with a bunch of friends, having like 6 of you all on the same character and the little carts driving
This
around
is
is a
true.
lot of fun.
I think
Oh,
Bowser,
yeah.
Bowser Jr. is one of the best like,
Yeah.
casual fighters just to use.
Drive around.
You send out the little guy, you drive around, you shoot
Yep.
cannonball every now and then.
Yeah.
You just have a good time.
It's like playing Mario Kart without playing Mario Kart.
Exactly.
And on the record, Ludwig is the best.
This is just not right.
That is right, actually.
No.
That is right.
It's definitely Iggy.
He's got the coolest hair.
It is Ludwig.
It might be Ludwig just because he's also a Joestar. That's not right.
I mean, if we're being 100% realistic, Bowser is the best one.
No,
That's kind of lame.
Definitely
So,
not, bro. Did you see that guy in Super Mario Sunshine? That was weird. I hated that guy.
That's like his best appearance.
No,
man.
it's
What?
definitely his worst, for sure. Best appearance, Mario Party 4.
First appearance, man. He only went up from there, I guess. That. Oh. Nope.
Back air is
This
not going
my
to take it. 145 here.
That
Edge guard
round.
will do it for
There we
sure.
go.
Only could go up from there, so.
Exact same
Hunk
thing.
getting one more stock onto Spoopy. Doing his job and doing it well.
Yeah, good job by the PK roll. Now,
Just laugh because his name's Lemmy.
What's wrong with Lemmy?
It's Lemmy.
that's why that's just so funny.
Imagine you being Princess Peach, seeing this that you just have now. All of a sudden, that you have to be the mother for, and you're like, you look like a.
That's
crazy.
That's what happened.
We got the Mario lore right
That's a deep cut Mario lore.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I provide for this family,
Yeah.
much like Bowser.
Mario,
In this situation, I provide for this family.
Mario lore in question is just playing Sunshine.
Yes, but don't play through Sunshine because it's not that good.
What?
You're wrong.
Keep
I'm
your,
gonna have to disagree with you on that
keep
one.
your bad opinions to yourself.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? I've
I-
got good opinions.
I think that was
All
an
right, well, let's keep them. Once you have a good one, then we'll share 'em.
I
okay.
think that was just like an objectively wrong opinion.
Yeah,
It-
probably.
It is.
It always is.
I definitely make more enemies than I do friends. With
Okay,
my
do you think 64 is good then?
Yeah.
You think 64 is good, but like okay, like in the year 2025, let's say that.
Yeah, it's great. It's better than Sunshine is.
That's crazy. Super Mario
Sunshine's
64 has
goated.
aged horribly, and I'm sorry for anyone who thinks it hasn't.
You just haven't seen a speedrun in your life.
Okay, okay, the speedruns are great.
Speedruns are cool,
This is true.
but the game,
The game itself, if I'm not speedrunning it, which I'm not. But like I love seeing TAS do 1 star, but that's not the game.
Think of it real. There's a reason they're trying to get through it so quick.
Wow, shots fired. Yeah. All right, you guys can have your own opinions, but in my opinion, I think this we're gonna see some interesting stuff from this here.
Bring out Link and Morton.
Morton.
I mean, the interesting stuff from Link is usually spamming boomerang until your opponent gets tired of it.
It is true. Generally, however, I guess Morton is the one that does have to approach this matchup just because he has all of the range of the projectile. But I think Morton can actually get in pretty fast. Cart is really surprisingly fast. It's very difficult to react to, especially online. Bowser Jr. is definitely one of those, oh yeah, I'm definitely online.
that's the bad part. We're not online.
We are no longer online, however.
Yeah, also keep in mind that upbeat or something working. He's extremely vulnerable. He's one of the other. You know it.
Yeah. So, all things considered, pretty even percentages so far. Edgeguard opportunity now. Fork is not able to get the F smash out in time, but they are able to edgeguard this lane, bringing it to 2 stocks apiece now.
Not sure if that was the 100% plan, but it worked.
Good anti-air. Ooh, I would have liked to see a little bit more juggles from that up air. That's probably the best thing that Bowser has is the up air juggles. You can get a very consistent 50 to 60% on it if you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not there. That'll take one.
I like the idea. Trying to cover the neutral get-up timing and then fall down and potentially cover roll as well. However, if your opponent is just like, oh, I can just hit a button on this or move, you're going to get
Link was all over.
1 stock now for Spoopy. Let's see what T2D2 does for us here.
Casually laying out.
Forward smash yet again. Our Link hero here has been doing very good at these dashback callouts into, hey, I know you're going to land in this spot and try and swing a move.
Gave the neutral game like right back though. Fine, especially.
Yeah, being able to hold center stage against the Bowser Jr. is really, really important. Because their only really option to come into you is forward airs and or the cart, like we were mentioning earlier. And those are both very committal options because the forward air has a lot of end lag, and cart is just cart. So.
Oh, it's not gonna do it. It will.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I think they could have lived that. I'm not sure if that was the perfect DI, but good stuff for D2 or T2D2.
Killed it.
Killed it. Yes.
What does that put this one at?
I believe that Bora is now on their last player. It should just be Bluka now. And then T2D2 has 2 stocks. So there are 5 total stocks that Bluka will need to chew through.
Definitely doable.
Especially considering last game. But again, when you're behind by this much, there's a lot more stress going into this match.
A lot harder than going into it fresh.
Yeah.
Gotta play more.
Going
Very
in
much.
with a peach.
Really? I would not have expected this.
Yeah, on Link too.
That was almost
I
like-
wouldn't have expected
It
this.
sounded like you expected.
I didn't expect it. I just didn't. I knew that Bluka played a lot of these female characters in the game, but I did not think she would pull out the peach of all things. No.
I would say like I don't know, the most notable.
No, it's probably more. Well, I guess rep-wise, maybe. No, that's Metroid. Excuse me. Wrong one. Yeah, I forget you guys aren't.
Metroid isn't.
No.
Huh? Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not into that.
I don't know who the most common rep as far as like in game goes.
Yeah,
It's,
not in game, but I mean like you know.
out of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it probably is Princess Peach. I don't know who else. Close. Maybe Zelda. No, definitely not.
Although we're seeing Zelda right now, so.
Yeah, we are okay. So you get that one, but you don't get the anyway.
Yeah. I'm like that.
He's just like that, chat. He mogged me so hard. Kind of like how T2D2 is currently mogging Bluka. Able to get the first stock. Not quite convincingly, but able to hold their own, very much so.
Yeah.
Yep, down to just the one. So 4 stocks needed.
Yeah, being able to even take one is going to be huge for their third anchor going into this next game. So we're going to have to see how well Bluka can hold this stock. And right now, almost 70% on her. And she's getting down by quite a bit. You can actually see that T2 has slowed down the pace of the game quite a bit as well. He's much more willing to take his time.
Oh.
Bluka's punishes have not been super great either. Aren't been to turn him. Able to make it back.
make it. I'm loving this slowdown.
Yeah, he's taking about 50% compared to the 20% he's given, but it doesn't matter because he's doing the chip damage. He doesn't mind living. Link is very heavy, meaning that he can survive for a very, very long time. Online is a totally different game. It very much so is. And wow, what a forward air.
A one-stock game.
This is going to be a lot more difficult than last game was for Puka. These other characters that she's playing for today are not her comfort picks. You can definitely tell she's the most comfortable on her Bayonetta.
That works.
But a forward air is going to do it. It all comes down to this.
Stock versus
1v3. Yeah, it comes down to that.
Not an ideal situation.
Definitely.
No, no. Honestly, even once you get to be exceptionally better than a lot of other people, it's still pretty difficult to not lose any stocks. It's a very difficult to play a flawless game.
Oh, we're switching it up. We're going Daisy this time.
What?
I don't know that that's okay.
That's
She
not allowed.
goes back.
That wasn't
I don't
allowed.
think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
allowed.
Yeah.
They technically are different.
Are
Definitely-
they?
They're definitely
They're
different.
different characters.
I guess they have like.
They
What's
have
different
they,
about
That'd be
they
like-
have different attributes.
That'd be like switching between Pichu and Pikachu.
Not really. They're
No,
very
not-
different.
not
Th
e-
those
not
two
even
are
close.
are
but
actually
they,
different.
But they are the same character
Those two are substantially.
in a way.
Nope.
No.
A little bit.
That comparison,
No.
lore
What do you
comparison
mean?
doesn't make sense either.
No, I think you're just wrong.
Wrong on all
you're just
fronts here.
wrong.
You're like 0 for 3
Nice
there.
try. Go next, buddy.
Olimar comes back out.
Taking the Olimar to Town and City is really weird. I don't. I wonder.
Olimar
I
was
guess.
Luca's one that really put up a fight.
Yeah, I'm guessing that she took him to Town and City just because she doesn't actually want to get, like, she doesn't want to scrap with Olimar. Which is really weird because you kind of almost do. You don't really want to let him zone you either. But I guess in the long run, yeah, you would just want to use as much stage to your advantage as you can. So. Pretty good Peach coming out to start here. Easy 100% for Bluka. That is an
Yeah, just like that.
insanely
Wow.
good start.
And it's just like, I don't know, just the calmness of not always going for kill moves.
Yeah. Being able to understand, hey, I don't think I can finish out my combo here. Let me just reset, and then I will get something better if I do so. Is a really good skill to have as a team player.
Never seen so far. Never seen kind of like each all of a sudden that doesn't even happen.
Yeah. That's like what we were talking about with the other players is that they can just get really eager and try and go for kills like that. They don't need to jump forward air. They can just go to the ledge, especially if they notice that there was a Stitch face there.
Just like that, we're down to 1 stock. Wow, wow, look at that quick 46. And the
Super
juggle.
durable.
Especially with the Stitch face turn up in hand. Stitch is, I think a Pikmin picked that up? I've never seen that ever. They do that? Wow, that was weird. Stitch face gone now, 80%. Bluka now has the lead. See what they can do with it or whether or not Bismuth is able to clutch it up. Wow, what a counter on the Henry and it doesn't kill?
Still in it.
Crazy
Does
get up
go
attack. Up
neutral again?
smash.
Nope.
Very safe on shield.
Pikmin are shields right now.
Tosses Henry away. And immediately gets a second one. This is do or tie time for Bismuth. It all comes down to this with the back air! Oh my!
All that was needed.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
What a 3 stock from Bluka. I did not go in believing, but I
Yeah.
think the Stitch pull really changed the name of the game.
Yeah, just casual. You needed a 3 stock to win that. And that's what happened.
She was able to do it. That means that they are 2-0 currently against Wood River, meaning that Wood River now has to play for 3rd and 4th. So, quite the interesting game. I thought this went to Game 3. I think that
I
Or,
expected it.
I also expected it to go to Game 3 because I remember I was talking to the Bora coach and they're like, yeah, we went Game 3 today. I believe it was in their round 1. It must have
It
been.
was. I think it was against early.
I see.
It was.
So I had thought that they went 2-1 for both of their games, but I guess
It's an interesting seating. Those are like the 2 heavyweights of the tournament facing each other in the first round.
That takes us To the finals now.
Yeah. We got some updates on scores for you, for everybody else. For round 2, we had, let's see here, a 2-0 for RHS yet again. Rigby coming out on top. And then, obviously, as we just saw, we had the 2-0 from Bora, followed up by a 2-1 from Idaho Falls. So even though they lost the last game, they were able to win their second one around. And then, finally, we have Burley taking it 2-0 over TF Lightspeed. I am unsure what that stands for, actually. Do you happen to remember off the top of your
Twin
head?
Falls.
Twin Falls, that's right. That's crazy. That's where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I should know that.
You should have known that.
Sorry, guys.
That's like, oh, you're from there, and you didn't get that?
No.
I also probably should have known that.
That's crazy.
That's fair.
I'm
I'm not
nowhere from
claiming
near
to know
Twin Falls, and I'm the
anything.
one that just came to my mind first.
Mm.
Didn't even cross my mind.
Nope, not at
At
all.
all.
I was thinking Thunder Ridge still. I was like, that can't be right.
I wasn't thinking places. TF, and I'm like, what is that?
Mm.
Some weird game.
New game. Hit game. Team fight.
There you go.
Team
That's
fort.
it. That's it. That's the game.
That's the game right there. So
Final match.
that brings us to the
Rigby,
final match.
Yeah, we should probably.
Bora.
Yeah.
Playing
we
for
just-
first place, yeah.
Yeah, I think we just hopped right back
Yeah,
into
we
this
just
thing.
I'm down, bro. I'm down. We're cruising for bruising.
Yep, this will be who we saw in the opening, Rigby.
Playing against the we're gonna hop right into it. I believe I was a little bit late getting this recording done, so we're just gonna let you go right into it. We're starting off with Topher the Wii Fit and Bluka the Bayonetta. She's deciding that, you know what, I'm going back to my roots. We're starting game 1 strong at the very least. Immediately
Oh
getting
my.
a very fast Bayonetta combo. Is this gonna kill here? Wow,
Oh,
the cross-up
wow.
DI sending to the left instead of the right. That is, I think, a 0 to death for Bluka to start.
Okay, and we saw this. So Rigby's entire team was playing extremely aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to work against Bluka.
No, Bayonetta very much capitalizes on, hey, if I get my one hit on you, I can take that all the way to the bank, and if you're just always running at me, that's more opportunities for me to win.
Just take you back in time to Smash 4.
That
Almost
80%
put a
already.
great- yeah.
Didn't even have to finish the combo.
And air dodge gets out of it. Didn't even have to.
I like this from Topher. Hey, it's time to slow down, shoot more, or throw more soccer balls. Try and use my really good down tilts and forward tilts in neutral.
Ledge. Happy for a second, and then. Wow.
Forward smash like that, like what are you doing there, man? Even if you did get it out, it definitely wouldn't win against the Bayonetta side B.
Wow. And I mean, it's just completely. This is completely different from what we saw in the first one. You know, both teams very aggressive.
Yeah. Good 50% coming out from Bluka, and they're wanting this edge guard here. They have no jump now. They're going to have to recover high. Which time into up B?
Oh, yeah, just for damage, why not?
That's so much
Wow.
damage. So much damage in the forward air
my
carry off. What happened to
goodness.
this game?
What do you even do? Like, how
Who
do you stop
stopped
that?
the game to. Who brought the Wii U out? That's insane.
What you do to stop that is you do something called Smash DI out and away. I guarantee none of these players are going to know how to do that.
I don't even know what that means.
I could probably do it. I'll teach you later.
You definitely
Okay.
could do it. It's not super hard. It's just you have to consciously think about doing it.
Can you use that Mario controller?
Yeah.
Use your drift controller.
Our stick drift controller.
Yeah, that you could SDI to the right very well with that controller. Yeah.
Not to the left.
Not to the left. You would not. Looks like we're going to immediately send in the Joker as an attempt at counterpicking. Can they stop the crazed Bluka though? Going right back to PS2.
Two, characters are kind of the similar.
No. Similar
okay,
what?
I stopped mid-sentence because I was like, okay, that's just not right at all. Hopefully they didn't hear me.
They both wear dark clothing.
Similar color
That's what I meant.
palette.
Yeah,
Similar color
yeah,
palettes. We
similar,
got there.
Similar color palettes. That's what I meant to say.
They both shoot guns?
What?
But not actually, because this is a kid's game.
So it's not very family
It's not family friendly.
Well,
They shoot
technically-
water guns. Water guns. Chad.
Joker technically doesn't shoot guns.
He does that.
They're blanks.
That's still shooting a gun.
They're toy guns. It's like shooting a firearm.
It's not going to matter much in the eyes of death.
Yeah.
Shooting a BB gun.
What the heck? She's already carried one up the top again.
Yeah, Toth and Blink and miss a stock.
Yeah.
Sitting pretty. I mean, that's just what happens when you play against the Bayonetta that knows what they're doing. This character is almost never. Actually, Bayonetta was probably the least picked character for all of Smash's lifespan. Smash Ultimate, probably.
Really?
Yeah. She is not picked hardly at all, especially considering her Smash 4 reign. Right up until recently, where she's kind of had a more of a renaissance where, hey, you don't play her as degenerately and as easily as in Smash 4, but in this game, there's a little bit more freedom to it.
Ooh. Not very.
Have confidence in
I'm
your
on
thoughts,
a,
man.
I'm on a roll
Yeah.
right now. Every time.
You got it. You're on a roll. You gotta be more like Luca, bro. You gotta just carry it off the top. All the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
3 stocks to 1.
This is just brutal.
Yeah, if you're
Down through 5 stocks from Rigby and not lost one yet.
Only at 113.
yeah, at this point, you just gotta kind of have to gain your composure and get one.
Yeah.
You just gotta get your one, but a camp from that uppie is gonna not let that happen.
That'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bluka has now 6-0.
All right, fresh start.
Fresh start, baby.
0-0, pretty much.
No. It's
No, I'm just
one-
saying.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
it's-
fresh
they just
start,
have
fresh
to-
start.
They just have to do what Luca did.
It's just an even 1v1.
Yeah.
That's you have to go one stock at a time.
All that's needed is a 9-0 on the other way. Reverse
Yeah.
sweep, easy.
We can do it.
That's
work.
easy.
You had me thinking because you said Smash 4. How many Smash games are there?
60.
'Cause I know of like 3.
There are 6.
Oh, do we count 3DS as a
I
separate
count
game?
3DS as a separate game.
6.
6 then.
Which one's the Wii one?
Brawl.
Brawl.
That's one.
The
Smash.
best game in
That's
the
the
series.
only one I know. And Ultimate.
I know. Ultimate.
I'd say no. I've played them.
I played the Wii one.
Yeah, the Wii one was pretty good. I think it's probably the most played game out of all of them. I guess it's Ultimate
Ultimate's
now.
definitely.
Before it definitely was Blood Bowl.
Like,
No. Most played as in like
Yeah,
people who owned the
oh
game
yeah,
actually
that
played
makes
it.
sense. He did sell
Pop
a
it.
That was a crazy good optimal combo from Bluka, actually. She didn't end up getting the kill, but what she did is she used the turnaround back air there at the end in order to knock Cloud off stage. And if he didn't have limit, he would have just straight up died, even if she didn't technically.
And this is ace v ace for both teams here, with Luka coming first and Nuvola coming out last.
Wow, what a witch time.
Ah, that's insane.
Hard read on the up smash. Maybe they reacted. I don't know. It was charged a little bit. Yeah, Luka's sitting pretty now. 7 stocks in a row. They are at 90%, so they have taken quite a bit of percentages. And I will say Cloud is probably one of the best characters to kind of challenge Bayonetta. In that the Cloud's buttons are just too big. Exactly like that.
yep.
Luka wasn't anywhere near him, and he still was able to get that hit on her. Making it 2 apiece now. The Titan leads. Another
Just casually insane witch time.
I'm going to guess that Luka. That one she definitely did it earlier than the up tilt, but for the most part, I think Luka is reacting with these slowdowns.
Nice catch. Decent catches here.
Woo!
Oh, kind of like that. Yep.
That was really
Off
good.
shield.
Recognition from Luka to know, hey, I probably should let go of my shield here or take the shield poke instead because I don't want to have my shield broken. I definitely will die. 80%. But that forward air, back air trade is not going to go in the favor of Nuvola. Now down to the last stock for round number 1.
It's up to 136.
Or complete the nice pump.
No, she can't kill. If she starts her combo at 0, she definitely cannot kill, no matter what.
I don't know. I just get scared. Anyway.
No,
Goodness.
she definitely just cannot kill. Don't worry about
Could
that.
she do that in 4 though?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Very much so. That's
why.
probably why
That's
you're scared.
I've watched Bayonetta the most in 4.
Forward tilt is not going to
That's
do it.
not
Full
right.
stage? I cannot believe that didn't kill. That was a nice and non-stale forward tilt as well. I love how Bluka is still willing to be aggressive in her jump side Bs as well. She doesn't care that she's at 180. Like she's still willing to go in and try and fight with this
It
cloud.
doesn't matter what percentage you're at. If you can't hit. Cloud has nice catch options. Too. It's just
Not hitting any of them, but that witch time into upper tilt back air. True confirm, by the
do it.
way.
Almost a perfect round.
yeah, almost a 12-0 to end it.
Yeah, that is quite insane. Nine
Nine.
9 stocks to 1. That is going to put
9-0,
Bora
right.
sitting at 1-0
Bora,
currently.
sorry.
Understandable.
Nothing in the series.
I believe that we're going to skip ahead just a hair. I believe that Rigby does a little bit of thinking it out, talking, hey, figuring out what is it that we want to change with our team dynamics here. And the first change is actually the fact that, one, we're sending in, I believe that we have the wrong tag here, actually. I'm gonna skip it just a hair more.
Yeah, that's.
Joker. Easy clap. Gonna go small battlefield here. But Bora actually decided to send in their Lucina player here. 7. I believe their tag is actually called Platinum, if I remember correctly. Platinum, the Lucina player. Spooky, the Bowser King. This is interesting. We had an interview with some of the teams from earlier, like Makai was saying, and when we interviewed Bora, they were actually saying that they think that Rigby is going to be the best opponent. Actually, they're going to play against. And you can tell that they were clearly right because they're meeting them here in Grand Finals.
Especially now, it looks like probably gonna be here.
I would assume so, all things considered. We're trying to make it a little bit interesting for our championship match here, giving all of our players some love. And speaking of love, Luna is love tapping the Lucina off stage, taking the first stock. That puts him in the first lead of the series.
That was a spectacular.
Thank you.
And you ruined it by bringing up the I know,
That-
that's why I did it.
Yeah, you just.
Eventually, we're gonna make it better by just by
just
continuing
keep-
to talk about it.
keep
It's just so good. It'll eventually go into like Renaissance
Yeah.
masterpiece.
I don't say much, but I just have to jump in and ruin everything.
Well, that's possible.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
more
you're cooking
fun.
with gas now. I think that's a great idea that you had. I like that.
Yeah,
I-
see, I'm
I
really
completely
thinking
agree.
that would just mix up everything, you know?
It's a great idea.
Like, I want to see Little Mac taking on Steve.
Yes.
I think you just don't want to see that. That is a very dull and boring
Yeah, that
matchup.
would be boring. Now that I
You
think
definitely
about
don't
it
wanna
for a
watch
second,
that.
That would be extremely boring.
I do.
Just
I
like
do
the
wanna
rest of
see it.
Steve's matchups.
Speaking of not being boring, Luna here is actually doing
Yeah.
quite well. They're 150% on the Lucina. Stocks were traded, but I mean, when you're winning neutral this consistently against a character that is very strong in neutral, you know that you're playing well.
And you're seeing the difference between the heavy and Joker. Not quite the juggle potential.
That's exactly right. We'll see. Ooh, no punish on the rising up B there. Doesn't quite get the forward out in time. Hashtag not going to get punished. Early counter. I like the idea, but Lucina actually goes straight through our send counter, actually. So there's actually not a reason to go for it unless you're going to stand at the ledge and do it. And even then, I think she still snaps. Forward tilt right as the big man himself runs away. Perfect timing.
And like, I don't know, better options. than just
Yeah,
hitting counter.
just sitting at ledge is honestly a stronger option than going for the counter. Gun, snap fingers, all that neutral. Platinum here is going for a lot of these rising up Bs over the ledge, and I'm not exactly sure why it is that they're doing that. It's not actually that great for Lucina. I guess that's a niche case where she might hit him out of gun, but worst case scenario is that you end up getting gimped really early percent, especially as Lucina. Somebody who traditionally always is able to make it back to the stage. Oh, no forward smash on the punish there?
Oh,
But the counter
that'll work.
instead. Okay, reading the jump gun, I guess. Man, these
Oh,
punishes,
just gives it, yeah.
punishes off the ledge are just not landing as accurately as I think these guys want them to be.
Punish game in this match.
I will say, I'm not a super huge fan of Luna going for these down guns either, for pretty much the same reason as the counter, is in that it's just most likely not going to hit. Lucina's recovery is just too good, and you're probably just going to get chipped out like that every time you do it. So I feel like if you just sit at the ledge, maybe do a couple short hops to bait out an option off of the ledge is going to be a lot more bang for your buck than a down gun like this. Because now they missed the ledge, unfortunately, there.
Yeah.
But if they had just snapped the ledge, that's a free punish. So
Well,
you take it, though.
yep, you take it.
That's going to put Rigby in the first lead of the set. Currently
Some
up. Did they lose their second stock at all, or no? You remember?
Yes, they did.
They did lose their second stock.
Down to
Okay.
1.
So
Start battle. Joker.
Bastard. Oh, man.
we're bringing in the Iggy. Is it time?
It's time.
Okay. I gotta say, is there any redeeming qualities in this matchup from Bowser?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Not a single one.
Not really. The Bowser Jr. is pretty much redeeming quality in general is just being able to use the little Mecha Koopa, the down B that runs around on stage. Being able to utilize that is really, really good, but you can shield it and it will just stop moving altogether. So it's not actually that strong of an asset. So
Especially with Luna flying around as they are.
yeah, for
Not
sure.
Gonna get non-factor.
The one probably good benefit for Spoopy here is that he's not really easily edge guardable for the most part. Cart is just such a oppressive tool off stage, and then their recovery vertically is also very well placed. So they're almost always going to make it back to stage. That's probably the one thing they've got. Yeah, options out of shield are going to be few and far between. Yeah. Wow, I cannot believe you held the counter for that long. Playing on the ledge here. Spoopy at 150. Yeah, at this point, if you're Luna, you're just like, hey, I have all the arsene in the world. What are you doing?
Ooh.
Don't go off stage.
Oh no! That is not the shot at that moment.
Definitely not. He's going for
There
back
it
air, but the
goes.
up
That'll work
smash,
anyway.
that'll call it out. Hey, no, we got an anti-air. That'll do the trick. Yep, free grab. Might as well. I don't know that I agree with down B there. It's okay though. You have two whole stocks to work with. Ideally, you don't need them both. We're gonna have to see how Spoopy ends up getting the confirm. We already have our scent back online. 50% is a right spot for snowball effect to start happening.
Go, starter for TV? Nope. Stays in the neutral game for a second.
Ooh, just a falling back
Boom.
air.
Yep.
Okay, I would not have seen that coming, honestly. I would have think, oh yeah, nair probably, or maybe they just come down the dodge. Not back air.
Yep, didn't see it either, and that's why it worked.
That's why it worked. So we're making it. Bora's keeping, or sorry, excuse me, Rigby's keeping their lead. They're still up a stock, but
Start battle.
that is their strong Joker player down. Let's see, what do we have left? We have a Wii Fit trainer, and we have the Cloud player. That's right. So we'll see who they send in next year. Hopefully, maybe.
Or we won't.
Oh, too
Oh,
far, too far.
no.
It looks like it's gonna be a Cloud this time,
Cloud it
Chad.
is.
That's crazy. Don't look at those percentages that were just on the screen.
I didn't see him.
Okay, I didn't either. We'll pretend like they weren't there. Two stocks to one. The Vola. the aggressive Cloud main.
Lies. Wait, can you sit back with Cloud?
Yes, you're actually supposed to. Nivola is playing this character unoptimally, I would argue, actually, all things considered. Which, to be fair, is a valid playstyle in that people aren't going to ever be expecting it. It's just not going to net you nearly as much of results.
Yeah, I suppose with Cloud and the big massive sword and catching you're able to.
Yeah, you would rather take your time, space your moves out, but his frame data is shockingly good. And so you can kind of get away with just kind of throwing out these moves one after another in quick succession, getting away with it. So.
Kind of almost like not quite as aggressive as we saw in like the first match, but definitely afford to stay back a little bit. We just pushed off this.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Cloud that's as willing to go off stage as Nivola. Hey, that's the one time they didn't go off stage and it netted them the kills. So they clearly are mixing up their timings and their moves that they're picking. Woohoo! What a combo!
I love the mix-ups that these teams are doing, just in terms of their. Oh wow!
Wow.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, and they're dead because
yeah,
they
they
don't get
will.
the cart back. Wow. Unfortunate high up B from Spoopy. You definitely up beat a little bit too early to get to the ledge there. But very, very convincing 2-0.
Ledge panicking. That's my kryptonite there.
Ye-
It happens.
Happens to the best of us, my friend. Which means that we're down to one more player for Bora here.
Yeah. Luca's got to put in work.
Luca's got to put in work, which yeah, I guess if she can take 9 stocks, I think she can put in that work. So right now, if you're Rigby, you're not out of the storm yet.
You're not writing them off.
No.
Start battle.
I just been in this place before.
Oh,
really? Looks like we're gonna bring out the Rosalina and Luma. That's crazy. I'm acting surprised like I haven't seen this already.
What?
That's crazy, chat.
Dude, they're actually. I don't remember.
You don't remember
No,
this?
it took me like a second to remember.
Okay. We do have a
Man, that's
mistag
game.
here, so that is the game. Congratulations to Rigby for going 1-1 with Bora.
That's it.
That's the one. We're gonna reset yet again.
Easy work.
Easy work.
Hopping right back this time for realsies,
Start battle.
or maybe, just maybe.
Three, two, one, go!
I was seeing who would break it first. We'll just sit on that side.
It's just quiet. It's quiet for us.
Yeah.
Dream can hear game sound.
Oh, they can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
forget.
right.
I think.
forget. Oh, I hope.
They can. I've checked.
Okay.
Sure.
A lot of percent coming out for Bluka already. This is going to be a much different character for... Ooh, I would have liked that.
Oh.
This is going to be a much different character compared to what we've seen Bluka play for the last couple rounds, right? We saw the Peach come out, which is going to be all about the spacings and the, oh, I need to get my one really good hit for a strong combo. Or the same thing goes for Bayonetta, where it's like, yeah, I mess around with spacing until I get my one strong hit for a good combo, whereas Luma is all about the I control the pace of neutral. And there will be no combos that beat that. And the one thing that breaks the control of neutral is somebody who can do it better than you. And that is what Cloud does best. Not going to matter if he's off stage, though. So, but that being said, very fast stock coming out from Nivola. They already have taken one off of Luca's secondary or tertiary. We're not sure at this point. So if they can even just take one more, honestly, I think is the super duper ideal world. One of the other things too that Cloud is super duper good at is being able to deal with Luma. Sword is just too big, and that he's able to hit Luma through Rosalina, and then that just means that Luma can go away, kind of like that.
Saw that. Awesome. And it doesn't matter when
Doesn't matter when you're
you're
off
off stage like that. There's kind of just the over-aggression that leads to
but again, it's over aggression in weird ways. Like I would anticipate a Cloud to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna back air a lot, I'm gonna forward air a lot, and I'll consider that aggressive. I never would picture somebody like, yeah, I'm gonna run up, nair into up B, because I am in the area. It makes sense for me to do that, I guess.
That's working very effectively though.
So the mix-up. Well, taking a lot of percentage here. However, Luca is right around kill percentage. 1 or 2 more hits, and they're not going to make it to their. They're going to have to make it their 3rd stock. Grab. Double up air, not quite enough to connect. Good TI. Nivola. Luca's officially at that I am in kill range percent.
Oh.
Like, look at that. Who would run off cross slash like that?
It worked.
It's crazy. He just calls out, hey, I see you're charging. It doesn't matter that I die. I got 2 stocks off of you. Who's ready for that? Nobody.
We did see this before though, against the Olimer. There's 1 stock to 3. The closer.
We're able to clutch it out. So we'll see what happens here.
I think this time it's Wii Fit.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe they are playing Wii Fit this time.
Is this the original?
Yes, I believe the Wii Fit is the yeah. I believe the Wii Fit is yeah. That is what that is. We're bringing Topher back. Ooh, unoptimal suicide there. They're gonna want to go and land on the platform first and then side B. That way they go off the bus.
Okay, see, I was literally just about to mention, it's like, how optimal are these suicides here?
Oh, Rosa's SDs are very, very optimized. She can do it she can SD very fast.
It's so funny to me.
Any percent.
Like,
Oh my, speaking of any percent, Topher wants this game done and over with. 70% going for the edge guard already.
might be a problem.
Might have just given Bluka an in here for making the comeback. I love the willingness to throw the soccer ball, even though Rosalina can absorb it. Down special and make it go away. Just like that. Wow, and a quick spike too. Just walks right off. Hey, you're going down.
Big hits.
Great absorption.
Up into the
Oh,
backyard. That
wow.
kills. Wow, okay. Topher clutching it out. JV 3 stock.
Let's work
And we
on
actually
the
are going to a 1-1 for Rigby here.
We'll go to a game 3. That was a great finish there.
Yeah, I was a little worried about them getting too ambitious with their edge guard, but they ended up clipping Bluka's recovery. That brings us to a 1-1 now. What do you guys think? Do you think if you're Bora, you're sweating bullets now, or no? How nervous do you think these guys are?
I don't know. I think the strat here is just to send out Luka first again, just to see.
Go back to what worked the first
Yeah,
time.
it worked pretty
Yeah.
well the first time. So
It worked very well the first time.
Yeah, it's looking like that is what's gonna happen. Oh, a little early.
Oh, dude.
Spoilers.
On.
The real question is, what is Rigby gonna do to answer the Bayonetta? 'Cause obviously the Bayonetta is gonna come out. Looks like the answer. Bring out the Cloud.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
all right, third matchup.
Time. It's go time.
All the marbles.
Mm-hmm. Winner is decided with this one. Takes first place. Loser goes home easily number 2, looking like BK. Or not BK. They look like Riggins already, actually.
Good try.
I-
Third try. Third try.
Third try? Was it not Riggins? Rigby. Some R town that's in the middle of nowhere.
Anyway, back to the game.
Back to the game, and up tilt off of the witch time into the down smash is going to be an early stock for Bluka. You don't see that very often. You have to hard DI out that that up tilt that she went for. That was a very good recognition that she got that hitter up tilt.
Okay, yeah, that works. I'm gonna sit back here with the Cloud.
Should be another edge guard opportunity. Going for the nair off stage instead of for the forward air. Well, up tilt
Easy
back
shield.
air.
Yeah, but easy shielding out of that, yeah.
Nope, no coming back for that.
Recover.
Yeah, you can actually tell that Bluka has recognized, hey, this Nivola guy is really just kind of running at me and pushing buttons, and so I'm able to use my counter a lot more efficiently than I was for these against these other two.
Sour spot. Shield that edge. Come on.
Got some center stage control, but is not able to capitalize on it at all.
Limited charge to
Got another maybe 5 seconds on it. Calls out
Oh,
the
yep.
afterburner kick. We're able to
Reed, is that going to convert?
not quite take the stock. That forward tilt, even though it was fresh, was not able to get the kill. So in the up B here, this should be a kill off the top,
No problem.
and that will be Bluka 3 stocking.
Okay, first 3 stock.
Contestant
maybe.
number 1.
Kiss me, baby.
Get a little repeat going.
We'll
For first
we'll,
game?
we'll see what the adaptation is here. Immediately picks Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't actually remember if that was intentional or not. It must have been.
By the way, if we never pointed out Byleth, right below.
Oh yeah, we never did point it out. It's this guy right here,
Yep.
right underneath the Bayonetta.
I don't know what to do.
They use a sword.
They use a sword.
They use a sword,
I feel
yeah.
like a lot of characters in this game just use a sword.
They use the sword of the creator, they use the Amir, they use the Aardvar, and they use the Velnon.
I believe somebody did the stats for it. I think approximately 1/5 of the cast in this game uses a sword.
That's crazy.
I feel like that's still low.
I feel like there's probably
It
more
is still
than that.
fairly low. It is still very low.
I was
Yes.
like, yeah.
Well, some of them act like they wield a sword, but they don't. Like Joker doesn't have a sword; he has a knife.
Oh.
So that's not a sword, but it
My
It's just a
bad.
smaller sword.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
Pit and Dark Pit don't use a sword;
But
it's
they-
their bow
but
that
it
turns into
looks
2
like a little
knives.
sword,
It's 2
yeah.
knives, yeah. And then Ridley Ridley
He's
and
a
Greninja.
dragon.
Yeah,
like,
but
whatever.
he functions like a sword character with how much range he has. But
and
he's
then
not actually.
Wario's just the best character in the game.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Sure, yeah.
Is
that's
the
confident.
Waluigi in Smash still a meme?
Yeah,
And Waluigi is still an assist trophy and will always be relegated to it.
that is true. But you know what else is as surprising as Waluigi not being a playable character? It's the fact we got a snake on the screen now. Snake, we have not seen this snake from Topher all day.
And from Topher, too.
Yeah, we're just not feeling the Wii Fit trainer on this character, and I like the philosophy behind the snake pick, right? Snake's grenades can get pulled out frame 1, and then if you hit them, they explode. So you want to pull them out, much like in that situation there, as frequently as you can in these Bayonetta combos. But if you're not pulling them out, then I'm not sure what exactly the pick is for in that case. So we'll have to see what else Topher is cooking, other than a loss of a first stock. It's fine, slow
I
start.
don't know. They get 47 on that, so
Yeah, the
I guess for Bluka, that's pretty okay.
explosions doing their part, dealing the damage. Yeah, these callouts on the recovery routes are just insane from Bluka.
Wow.
The second stock going immediately in Bluka's favor now.
Read like a book. That is insane.
Yeah. I had mentioned that the snake grenades come out frame 1, and then they can explode as early as that. But it's not going to matter if the combo is true, because then there's no gap in order to pull the grenade out.
Thank you for this.
Well, we can't hear it, so somebody's going to do
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
But everyone else can.
Ah, okay.
I can do this.
You don't.
Just all of them.
Okay, so I think now is a good time. Not now.
Well, hold on. What were you about to say? Is now is a good time? Now is a good time for a snake to die.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah,
That is the
good,
second.
good foresight on that that Bayonetta ladder combo there.
You're making it easy.
Yet another 3 stock.
That is the second 3 stock. Down to the final.
Our final hero, who doesn't play hero.
Well, yeah, it probably won't be.
Yeah.
I like to think.
Fun fact, we learned today, Hero's the only character that can crit
That is true.
That is true.
What a good factoid that you know.
That's it.
Okay.
Just learned that today.
It's actually known as a kill spark.
That's true. We did just see a kill spark. Oh.
It's a really fun name. Definitely.
I think you're just saying.
Whoa, look at this. One
Whoa.
final character change for the day.
Okay.
Actually, a person switch, I believe. They brought in a different.
In a sub.
Oh, I
in a
think,
sub.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah, this is
okay. Astral, the Zelda player, is going to attempt to take on Blue here. Now, as a resident Bayonetta expert, this matchup is trash for Zelda.
I mean, yeah.
The one saving grace that she has in this matchup is actually the fact that Zelda is really, really light. Zelda being so light makes the combos a lot harder, and so if you know how to SDI, you can escape them.
You say that.
It doesn't matter
Yes.
when you don't know how to SDI and you're still just going to die off the top like that. That is Zelda's one saving grace, is that she theoretically can escape somewhat easily from the Bayonetta combos. We'll see if Astral is able to escape any of the ones. But,
I think sorry, I don't have those Zelda. The big guy is just going to take too long to deploy.
yeah, he does take
No.
he does take quite a long time to deploy, as well as the fact that you can just get hit while you're trying to deploy him, and so it's not very safe to send him out.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Even when you do deploy him, you have a counter that you can just still get yourself out of jail free. Good respect on the shield. Wow, I cannot believe you can shield grab that. That was very good recognition. Hey, I'm just going to wait out the multi-jab here. Not going to die for us. You can see that Luca is fishing.
Right. And, get back out of it. Yeah, there we go. Yep, switch it up a little bit, got the stock.
It's all good. Using your movement to bait out the panic option. They want to escape. You know they do. Now, Rigby is sitting on their final player with one stock left.
And
It's looking pretty dire. However, we got one! We got our one!
This comeback would be absolutely
8 is
insane.
all they get.
8 is all they get.
Oh.
Good use of Witch Time indeed, and 67%, very respectable for a Bayonetta combo. Good DI on the up tilt. That's very difficult to hit spur at the moment. Oh, this is going to be a rough situation. Luca drops it. Does not think that they're going to fall in front of them.
Doesn't really need to.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, kind of like that.
doesn't really
That's
need to.
it.
Indeed, that will be it.
That is it.
That was the closest game that we had seen. Yeah.
Yep, got to third. That's Bora taking
Third map.
home the dub and the championship overall.
Congratulations to Bora High School. I know that they worked super duper hard for this victory. Hard fought, 2-1 right at the very end as well. Rigby giving them a very good run for their money. You can definitely tell the reason why Bora was like, yeah, we think Rigby is going to be the tough ones to beat. So
Yeah.
shout out to them for sure. So.
7th seed, by the way.
Technically,
7
seventh
seed, by the way.
seed.
That's right.
This is
Crazy
technically-
upset.
That upset after upset after
Yeah, that's-
upset.
that's
Last
crazy.
to
That's
first.
nuts.
I get. Yeah, that's the way it was meant to be. The story writes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinderella story right there. Just
You know, it's interesting. I'm receiving word from our broadcast studio that we actually have an interview coming up here pretty soon with Bora.
Ooh.
It sounds like they've got some things that they want to say to us. So,
That's fantastic. We'd love to get a word from those players.
you want to hear from them?
Yeah.
I'm down to hear
I
from
would
them.
love to get a
So,
word from those players.
yeah, let's hear what.
Production, send it over to them.
We'll send it over to them.
Send it over to production.
So I'm just gonna ask you guys a couple questions and then get your guys' thoughts and opinions. Make sure you say your names and your tags for me.
All right.
And then should be fairly easy. All right.
Okay.
We good to go?
My tag is Plat.
Team Bora for making it all the way to the
thank
finals
you.
and winning
Thank
the
you,
championship
thank you.
here. You guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves for me?
All right, you go first.
I'm Daniel Toronto. My gamer tag is Spoopy.
All right. I'm Jack Dysart. My tag is Platinum.
All right. Well, congratulations again on your guys' big win. How you guys feeling?
Pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, both of us are seniors this
Mhm.
year. This is my first year here, but last year they got knocked out in prelims, so I think he's happy to be winning this year.
Yeah, nice to end it off on a good note, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. I mean, you always love to hear the story of, yeah, we tried our heart out. We didn't make it the last time, and so we knew going into it, this was our last shot at it, and we were able to take home for the team. So that's really awesome about you guys. Tell me a little bit about your guys' play styles and what kind of characters you were thinking about going in with this.
So I'd say you have a more interesting character than me.
Hey, man, I think
Like,
everybody
story
has the
at least.
potential for interesting characters.
No,
but-
no, I'm not saying interesting character, but he was doing some stuff before this, so I'd say you go first because you've got a longer story.
Well, mainly I wanted to play Bowser Jr. I have a few other people I would like to play,
Mhm.
like Corrin, Incineroar, Little Mac.
Yeah.
But none of the matchups really worked in that favor, so I just went with Bowser Jr. the whole time.
Yeah, tried and true. I mean, you got to stick with the best thing you know, honestly, right?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is tournament, so do or die. So, what about you? What
No.
what were your strategies
So,
going into today?
going in today, I meant to do that. For when I played last, I meant to switch to Marth because that's honestly a character that I'm more comfortable with. But I just went with Lucina because it's more consistent, easier to hit everything.
Yeah.
But I just like having a fundamental character that's just generally pretty good and it's consistent.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys all. I feel like all of you guys ended up pulling your weight throughout the rest of today, right? Is there anybody in particular that you guys were worried about, or like, hey, we're really looking forward to playing these guys today?
So honestly, we were most worried about our first matchup,
Mhm.
that being
Burley.
Burley, yeah,
Mhm.
because Burley has one of the only players that really matches up well against Bluka.
Mhm.
I can't remember his name, but it was the Kazuya,
Oh
and
yeah.
he took out I think all three of us in one time. No, he took you and
Me and Luca.
Blue out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were really the hardest matchup because they just honestly had such an incredible Kazuya player, and yeah, it's just a hard matchup even for Blue to learn.
Yeah.
And then the second hardest would probably be the finals, and thankfully Blue just carried us through it. Yeah.
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
quite well this
Oh,
this
yeah.
finals. So
It's really nice because she just hard carried pretty much. Like we were taking a few stocks each, but I mean,
sometimes that's
she
how it goes.
9-1'd.
Yeah,
first
both
round?
games.
Yeah.
Both games we won.
Yeah.
So, okay. I guess one last question that I have for you. I heard recently that Steve is actually banned in the Idaho Esports High
Yep,
Schools
yep.
League. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you guys have
I'm perfectly
feelings on that?
I'm perfectly fine with it because he takes advantage of the game in a way that no other character really can.
Mhm.
Being able to zone you out, like with Sonic, at least you can try to get in.
Mhm.
With Steve, he just has such good anti-air material, and he can just zone you out so easily with blocks. So I'm fine with him being banned completely.
I'm glad he's banned.
Yeah, he's not the easiest character to pick up, but if you can pick him up a small amount, he's just got so many incredible matchups that it's hard to not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, again, congratulations on your championship win.
Thank
You guys are going to go ahead and get your trophy awarded, I believe, in the Boise State Arena.
Ooh.
And I think they might interview you guys over there as well. But
All right.
look forward to that. Give me a nice handshake for the camera
Oh.
with each other. Excuse me.
Oh yeah,
and,
I got you.
Yeah. Congratulations once again to you guys, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys do for your college careers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck out there, boys.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
What an excellent interview.
Yeah.
Those guys are tight. We love it. We love to see it from them. I actually heard from the production that those two were actually best friends. And
They are
all
good
of high
friends,
schools.
yes.
So that's really cool that they were able to grow together, both as players and as friends, coming in through that. So that is awesome. You love to see that. So.
You love to see that.
I guess we didn't get to see them a whole lot during the actual performance for first place as well. But I mean, they still did their part, right? They showed up for the team. They supported. They did what they could do for each other. So I think that went incredibly well. I'm receiving information that we actually also have a interview with both the coach as well as with Bluka. Actually, the star of the show for tonight, some might say. Why don't we go ahead and kick it back over to them? It sounds like we want to hear from them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Send it back to
Yeah.
production.
What's up, guys? We'll see you in a
Over to
bit.
you guys.
Go ahead whenever you're ready. All right, all righty. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with the second half of the Bora champions for the Idaho Esports Association High School Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Champions. Congratulations on your guys' win today. You want to go ahead and introduce yourselves for me?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Bluka.
And I'm Coach Mongo,
Mhm.
or Rainforest, however you want to know me as.
Nice to meet you both. Again, congratulations on your big win. How you guys feeling after that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pretty happy about it. We should have had it last year, but
Mhm.
with some unfortunate circumstances, given the nature of how everything was scheduled, went a little unfortunate for us. But, we figured it out for this year, figured out what we needed to do to change to make sure we didn't have what mistake happened last year happen again this year.
That's really good because I remember Platinum and Spoopy were telling me, they were like, yeah, we felt like we were close last year and then we just didn't quite hit it as close as we wanted to. And then this year we're like, yeah, we have to go big or go home. It's our last year. It's our last shot at it. So
Yeah.
I think you guys pulled out an excellent story for you guys. So
Yeah.
that turned out really well. How do you guys feel about your grand finals matchup there?
So easy.
So easy, really. I mean,
Right.
it doesn't surprise me. 9-1
so
for the
great.
first set, and then after that, it was a little bit of experimentation. So I heard you mention out there that you're like, who should I go for round 2? Is there a reason that you picked Rosa, or is it just your second most comfortable, or what's up with that?
He was hassling me to go someone.
I
so.
see. It's
Yeah.
all coach's fault.
We saw the peach earlier. It did not cook.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoa, all right, all
Throwing
right.
shade
Yeah,
for
that's right. That's
no
right.
reason, bro.
That's the coach's job. You got to keep him humble. That's right. Yeah, coach, how do you guys feel like you played throughout the day?
I feel like we did fine. I didn't realize that there was the rules on during qualifiers that each stock you guys lost held against us. So us being second to last threw us off completely. So
Yeah.
all the teams we faced did great. I do feel bad for Burley because I do think Burley should have been in that final spot with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
They had fought super well, did a great job. It's not like the other teams didn't do well as well. It's just that team had us. Basically we could have been in their spot because it came down to last stock last hit for both sides.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's sometimes just how the bracket ends up going. You bust her out going 2-2, getting 123rd, even though you feel like you had a really good seed going into it. So that's just how
Yeah.
it goes. But any thoughts that you guys want to put out into the world? Do you have any plans for after high school, or what's going on now?
Yeah, I plan to become a hairstylist.
Ooh, right on. Very cool. Do you have a spot you're looking to go specifically?
Aveda.
Ooh, I like that pick. Good pick. Coach, what are you thinking about for next year, now that you've got a victory under your belt?
Well, we have a pretty young team coming up here, and a lot of our JV is actually was performing really well, and honestly contending for spots for the varsity, which is super nice to see. So we have a young team coming up. Hopefully, they start coming to more tournaments, start practicing, putting in more time, and having a lot more experience. So coming next year, it doesn't look like we really dropped off too much. I know there's gonna be a massive gap to fill for Bluka, but I mean, most teams are gonna have at least a little bit of a gap, or at least have some sort of sigh of relief, and it'll make at least it more exciting. Having a dominant season, super nice, but at the same time, you can't always have a dominant always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just the way collegiate goes, as well as the high schools in general. You just don't know what you're going to get after 4 years. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what you guys come up with here in the future. Again, congratulations on your Idaho Esports Association championship. Go ahead and shake each other's hands for me right there in camera. Yeah, congratulations. Hopefully we'll see
Awesome.
good things from you guys in the future.
Thank-
What do you know, chat?
What a great interview.
We're going to see great things from them in the future. I fully agree.
Yeah.
I believe actually all 3 of those players are seniors, if we remember correctly. Not only they're best friends, but they're seniors in high school, meaning that for some of them they're going to part ways, maybe forever. But that's okay.
That was.
Aw.
That's not what you needed to say.
That's
That was
crazy, buddy.
It's
That
sweet.
was-
that they
that
got
was
their
crazy.
they had their perfect tournament arc.
They had
Never
their
to
moment.
see any of each other ever again.
That's
They're
what
gone
they don't
forever
need
now.
to. They had their
Hey.
run where they're like, hey, we can come all the way up. We lose our first divisional run, and then we bring it back for our senior year.
You know what? You're right. It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill.
They got their dub. Congrats.
That is.
That's all they need from each other. And you know what? That's all you
just-
guys need from us.
I love the positive and optimistic vibes we're giving off.
Yeah, we're so positive, guys.
Also, congrats to every team that made it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making it this far.
Top 8 in the state isn't a bad feat.
It's very impressive. Again, especially considering how tough the competition was.
Yeah.
So very much so. Congratulations to everybody. You guys have anything final shout outs you want to make?
Shout out Wario.
Shout out Wario. You should have seen more of that guy. I'm gonna win. He might say.
That's not
Chat,
even
clip that.
Wario.
That is what he says.
It's not Waluigi.
No, Wario says it. I'm gonna win.
We're gonna win.
That's how we start. That's how we start every stream from now on.
All right, I'll hold you to that. Every time you're on camera, I'm gonna win.
All right.
All right, go ahead and take us out.
Take us out of here. I think that's
out.
out enough. I'm gonna win and see you guys on the next episode. All right, tune in tomorrow where we will be live with Rocket League High School State Championships, the last of the 4
Yes.
for this week. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We will
Oh man.
see you guys later. See you guys.
Goodbye.